Everybody. There we are. Yeah, what's
man.
up, everybody?
Jesus.
Welcome to the show. What's happening, AJ? There's AJ. There's Freddie. I'm Dave. Welcome. It's UFC 250. We're doing the watch-along. The pay-per-view just started. It's 10:02 Eastern. And it's on, man. We just saw a bunch of prelims. Good card so far, guys. I've enjoyed the UFC so far tonight. Solid action, solid fights. I've been watching since the beginning of this thing around 6 o'clock. I feel like we've had a whole night of fights already, and now we're gearing up for the pay-per-view. Amanda Nunes defending the featherweight championship for the first time. That title she won by knocking out Chris Cyborg in the first round. Nunes taking on Spencer in the main event. Rafael Assunção takes on Cody Garbrandt. AJ cracking one open, getting it ready. And it's a party, man. We're going to party. We're going to have a good time. Freddie might go take a smoke break at some point during the show. He's already warned me. Aljamain Sterling taking on Corey Sandhagen. Anthony Rocco Martin against Neil Magny. And Eddie Wineland against Sean O'Malley. AJ doing his Pineapple Pete thing over there. What's going on, AJ? Why do you have a pineapple?
Pineapple Express, man. I thought you were going to get that one.
Oh, I get it. Because Sean O'Malley smokes weed and Pineapple Express was a weed movie. Is that's a stretch, man. Whoa, Freddie, bringing it.
And Freddie's got the samples going. Listen, man, I'm like so shocked about the Hooper fight. Like, you guys, I know you were dissing him, but you know what? Caceres did really well. You know what? They're very equal in their style of fighting. But I got to tell you one thing. This Hooper can take some good shots, man. He dropped to his knees in the first round, and he still came back to finish 3 rounds. So you know what? Give the kid some credit. He's 20 years old, guys.
Yeah. Okay. So AJ's talking about the fight we just saw. Alex Caceres with a 30-27 on all 3 judges' scorecards, unanimous decision victory. All 3 judges scoring all 3 rounds for Alex Caceres.
But let's give credit to the loser.
Yeah, he's going right on Chase Hooper because AJ's really excited about Chase Hooper for some reason. He's enamored by the way he looks, which is strange. I don't know why AJ's so into this kid's look, but
look, he looks like a mix between Olivier Aubin-Mercier and Mark Zuckerberg. And you squish those 2 guys together, and you got this kid that has a lot of talent.
I still don't understand why you're so impressed with him. He did get dominated by Alex Caceres on the prelims tonight. He looked all right. You know, he didn't get knocked out or anything, but he definitely lost the fight to Bruce Leroy. I was more impressed on the prelims by Ian Heinisch, the TKO victory over Gerald Meerschaert. He just ran right through him. That was awesome. And I was also impressed with Alex Perez with those calf kicks on Jussier Formiga. Formiga falling down to the mat, wasn't able to continue in the first round. That's not often you see a fight ended in the first round due to leg kicks, but those calf kicks from Alex Perez were super effective. I was impressed by that fight. And interesting.
Dave, are you okay there? What's happening?
I'm all right.
Stay away from the light, buddy. Stay away from the light.
I'm doing fine. Coronavirus. I've got the Ronas. What are you going to say? So Alex Perez with a win over Jussier Formiga. That was a fight at 125 pounds. Now, everybody's talking about the 135-pound champion not being around anymore, and Jose Aldo and Peter Yan are going to fight for the 135-pound championship, and there's a lot of 135-pound fights on this card, right? We're going to have Eddie Wineland and Sean O'Malley. That's at bantamweight. Aljamain Sterling, Corey Sandhagen. That's a bantamweight. Assunção Garbrandt. That's a bantamweight. But we had a flyweight fight on this card, and I have not heard much from the UFC about a new flyweight champion because, newsflash, people, Henry Cejudo wasn't just the bantamweight champion, he was also the flyweight champion, and the UFC currently doesn't have a champion at 125 pounds, but they seem to be in zero rush to crown one. I thought the division was scrapped. Remember when they started releasing a bunch of flyweights, and there were rumors that they were going to get rid of the division? Well, Henry Cejudo was the champion of that division, and they kept it around. You know, in name, they had a few fights here and there, but now all of a sudden, Alex Perez gets a victory at 125 pounds, and it's got me wondering, is there going to be a flyweight champion crowned at any time? Like, how come they were so quick to go for a bantamweight championship, but no one's even talking about the 125-pound title. Have you heard
Wasn't there
anything?
supposed to be like in recent months, wasn't there like a fight at flyweight? I'm trying to remember that was supposed to crown the new champion, and I think something happened or somebody missed weight. No.
I don't know.
Couple months ago.
Oh yeah. What was that? That was to crown a new flyweight champion.
Yeah, and the guy missed weight. I'm trying to remember who it was, but anyways, yeah, the flyweight division is a little bit the division right now that's forgotten. Like, it's unfortunate because Demetrius Johnson, one of the greatest MMA fighters in the history of MMA, so it should be a division that has a lot of history. But yeah, ever since Demetrius went away and Cejudo won the title at bantamweight, the flyweights have pretty much been forgotten. So we'll see what happens with the flyweight. I think maybe the UFC will decide to cut it at some point. We'll see. Right now, without Cejudo, that means there's like 2 divisions that you need to crown a new champion.
It was Davison Figueiredo and Joseph Benavidez, right? They fought a few months ago. I totally forgot about that because they were supposed to crown a champion, but they never did because Figueiredo wound up winning that fight, but he missed weight. He couldn't make 125. He weighed 127.5. He wound up knocking out Benavidez in the second round, but it didn't mean anything because even though it was a fight for the vacant title, he missed weight, so it wasn't for the title, for him. If Benavidez would have won, I think they would have given him the belt, but that happened in February. It feels like a lifetime ago. I think there were people in attendance for those fights, you know?
It's like pre-corona and after corona. It's a different life, man.
And Felicia Spencer was the co-main event of that. That was her last fight against Zara Feindor Santos, where she won by TKO in the first round. So I guess Figueiredo is going to be in line, I guess, for a title fight. Like, what do you do if you're the UFC? Do you give Figueiredo another shot to fight for the title because he's kind of the champion, but he also missed weight? So do you just kind of go with 2 other guys and try to find a new champion there?
I don't know. With Figueiredo, he won and he was impressive against Benavidez, who a lot of people have Benavidez as one of the top flyweights of the history of the division. Even though he's never won the title, a lot of people consider him one of the top flyweights. So having a win over him, you missed weight though by 2 pounds. Also,
that's it.
So I don't know. It's a tough one. But I think he gets another shot in the end. Like, unless the guy really gets like a reputation as a guy that always misses weight, they're gonna give him another shot. Like, they're not just gonna say.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it makes sense. I was just like, we don't see flyweight fights that often these days in the UFC, and when I saw one, I was like, whatever happened to the flyweight championship? It's good that you're here, Fred, to remind me, because I know AJ totally forgot about that fight, right, AJ? Whose baby was that? I know my kid. That wasn't my kid. Was that your kid, Freddie, or was that AJ? We all have
sleeping.
We all have children under 3 years old right now. We all have babies, some younger than others, right? AJ, how many months now is your son at this point?
He's 6, man.
6 months, man. And Fred,
6 months.
Your daughter's 2 and a bit now, right?
Yeah, 2 1/4 about.
Yeah, my son's almost 3.
But hey, AJ,
we got some wild children running around.
I saw a beautiful picture of your son with a lot of hair on his head, and I'm like, wow, he's so handsome. That's a gorgeous picture. But in the end, you're gonna have to tell him one day, like, you know, it might not be there no more. Family genes.
Hey, and you know what, Freddie? Guess who styled his hair? Did you notice how high his hair went? I put
it's
hair
beautiful.
like way up, like Carrot Top, man. It was right at the top, man. It was, you know, when you don't have hair as much as you did, like, say, a decade ago, hairstyles are very important. You don't know this stuff, Dave. Freddie still has hair.
I'm thankful that I haven't started losing my hair, but I still keep it really short. I have no need for it. Sorry, AJ.
Listen, that's all right.
I just want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to some of the people watching right now. I see you guys on the chat. Rory.
Rory, I like that name.
Double Rory. Acme Tunes.
Maybe it's Rory McDonald.
Patrick C. Hamilton says he didn't bother ordering this one. He says didn't bother ordering this one. You guys will make my night. Well, thank you, Patrick. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you guys watching. UFC 250 here. Eddie Wineland is about to fight. Eddie Wineland's been fighting forever. He fought in the WEC. I mean, that's old school, man. When you fight in the WEC, you know that you've been fighting for a very long time.
Oh, look at that mustache.
2006, right?
Yo, what is with that
listen,
mustache from Eddie Wineland? That is weird. He looks like he should be in Red Dead Redemption with that thing. What's going on?
Hey, Dave, just a quick shout-out to some of the other fighters on the prelims, man. Did you guys get a chance to see Maki Pitolo? This guy was amazing, man. Wow.
He looked awesome. Hawaiian.
He looked awesome. He's
what do they
amazing,
call him?
Man.
Coconut hands? Is that what he calls himself?
Yeah,
Coconut
that's
hands?
It. Coconut hands.
Yo,
yeah,
man, he's got some serious coconut hands, man. That was his first move up to 185. He looked real good against Charles Bird.
Man,
I don't know much about
solid.
I don't know much about either of these guys. I mean, obviously they're not fighting top 15, top 20 competition yet, but he definitely looked like a guy who could be good going forward. Maki Pitolo.
Look, Charles Bird looked good. He looked solid going into the fight, but man, he just got manhandled. It was just a devastation.
But let's be honest here. Charles Bird is a 10-7 fighter who has lost 3 in a row now in the UFC, and he's 36 years old. So Maki Pitolo, albeit a nice win, he didn't beat Anderson Silva here tonight. No disrespect.
For sure,
I'm just saying, when you beat a 10-7 fighter, like, all right, it's all right. Let's see what's next for Coconut Hands. I'm into him. I think
I'm hyped for O'Malley.
I like him.
O'Malley. Here's a prospect right here. Sugar Sean O'Malley. AJ knows. Everybody knows.
Honest.
He loves to smoke weed, right? He's a big weed advocate. Go ahead, Fred.
Like, I'm not crazy about this fight card. It's not. I think it's a little weak. And out of all the fighters fighting, he's one of the guys I think I want to see the most. Like, his last fight, it was against a guy that's a little bit unknown, Jose Alberto Quinones, but he still had a nice TKO. And there's a lot of hype behind him, so I'm happy to see O'Malley fight. Like that, those two other bantamweight fights are very good also. But hey, O'Malley, young guy, he might steal the show at bantamweight today.
Listen, he's 25 years old, man. 25 years old, and like I was saying about Hooper before. Sure, he lost, but remember, he's only 20 years old. He just turned 20. Give these guys a break, man. Imagine where they're going to be in 10 years from now.
Sure.
Ridiculous.
Sean O'Malley is I don't know, man.
Haircut?
I am not convinced. He's 11-0. He's a good fighter and all. He hasn't really beat anybody. And to me, he looks like the MMA version of Tekashi 6ix9ine with those face tattoos and that stupid rainbow hair. He's a clown. He's goofy, and I'm not buying it until he beats more guys. I'm not getting on the Sean O'Malley hype train until he convinces me a little bit more. I'm not drinking this rainbow-colored Kool-Aid.
Dave.
I mean, he looks like Tekashi 6ix9ine, okay? I can't take anybody seriously who looks like that.
Isn't that guy in prison?
Yeah, well, he's out of prison now. Fred, you know who he is. He's the guy who snitched on everybody and then got out of prison. You know the guy with the rainbow hair.
The only thing I know about him.
That's it. Rainbow hair, face tattoos. Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm going to show you a picture of him, and you'll be like, yeah, he does look like Sean O'Malley.
Fred, you should have remembered. I'm the guy that said 69 versus Vanilla Ice in a fight. Remember that? And then Dave went all wild on me.
Sorry, guys. This doesn't look like Sean O'Malley to you?
The hair is the same color.
Yeah,
but
the hair
stops.
The hair. He's got face tattoos.
I mean, so does Mike Tyson. Does Mike Tyson look like him?
Nobody doesn't have rainbow-colored hair.
No.
Not many guys have rainbow hair and face tattoos, Fred, okay? It's not a common look, okay? It's not like one of 3 of us has rainbow hair and face tattoos. It's not like you walk down the street every day and see a guy with rainbow hair and face tattoos. I don't think it's a stretch to make the jump from Tekashi 6ix9ine to Sean O'Malley. They both have rainbow hair and face tattoos. It's not a common combination. Freddie, next week you can prove me wrong when you show up with your rainbow hair and your face tattoos, okay?
Won't happen.
Shit. I know it won't happen because it's a ridiculous look that you can't take seriously on Tekashi or on Sean O'Malley. Eddie Wineland's mustache also cannot take seriously. Although I do like that his cornermen, they have the face mask, right? The Corona face mask with the mustache on the face mask in solidarity with Eddie Wineland and his stupid mustache. I think that's cool. It's like part of his gimmick. He's made it a gimmick. That's kind of nice.
Eddie's exciting, man. He's been fighting forever. This guy has a 24-13 record. This guy, man, is something. And you know what? If he was fighting anyone else, I'd say he might have a chance. But I'm telling you, O'Malley is coming out to make a statement tonight. Look, let's not forget, Dave. Even though you're dissing him,
we'll see.
The guy out of 11 wins has 8 of them by stoppage, man. This guy is a machine.
And do we like? Eddie Wineland is still a legit fighter, so if O'Malley beats him tonight, like, you still gotta give him a little. Like, this will be a legit win. I know
he looks like a clown. Exactly. Are you seeing this picture? He's got his hair is a literal clown wig. It's like curly, rainbow colored. He looks like a clown, and you guys are jumping on me. How dare you? Shout out to
a clown, man.
Shout out to Sandy Rogers.
Hi, Georgie.
Sandy Rogers watching us out in Australia. Saul Flores watching us out in Houston, Texas. Thank you to Brandon Williams for watching. Thomas Mitchell checking out the show. I'm seeing some new names here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We're going to let you know what's happening at UFC 250. Sean O'Malley is in the cage, a minus 500 favorite in this fight, taking on the veteran Eddie Wineland. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be mad if Eddie Wineland won this fight tonight. I like Eddie Wineland.
Dave,
he's an old school guy. I don't like Sean O'Malley's look, bro.
Haterade.
I think he looks stupid.
You got your bottle of Haterade?
No, I got a cup of coffee. All right, and it's not nothing against rainbows because there's a rainbow on my coffee cup. That's the New Day. See, they know how to rock a rainbow. Okay, the New Day, baby. But not Sean O'Malley.
This guy knows how to rock a rainbow, man. This guy.
What's that? Pineapple Pete?
All the way, man.
Pineapple Pete over there.
Actually, I didn't give him a name, man, but do you notice what he has on his face? He's got the mask, buddy. No one fools around in the AJ house.
I don't understand why you dressed up a pineapple. Like, you went through the trouble of putting glasses and a mask on a pineapple. Did you just have that pineapple lying around, or did you get the pineapple specifically for the show?
Well, it's been a couple of days. They've been asking me to cut this pineapple, but I just can't do it. He looks so cute with that mask and those glasses, man. He's staying on, man, till the end.
So you've had this pineapple dressed up for a couple days?
Since our last show on Thursday, bro.
I didn't notice. Okay, so
what?
We're in this fight. The fight has begun. We're in the first round. I want to see if I'm synced up to you guys. All right, let's sync up here. I'm at 4 minutes 40, 39, 38. 37, 36.
34, no. 33, 32.
No, I'm behind, boys.
All right, so Fred, you're like
a couple bit early.
Fred's a couple seconds ahead of me. AJ's way behind, as usual. AJ. This fight's happening. Wineland just landed a right hand there. Eddie.
Man, O'Malley looks so much bigger than Wineland, eh?
He's a lot taller.
So much bigger.
Wineland is thicker, though. O'Malley is skinny. How tall is Sean O'Malley? He's pretty tall for 135 pounds. 5'11".
He's got... That's it. He looks taller than that, man.
Oh. He's a bantamweight. It's not like Wineland is that tall. Right? Fighting at 135. Wineland's 5'8" listed.
The thing is, O'Malley throws these beautiful kicks that just sailed over Wineland.
Ooh.
If that would have connected...
Oh, Wineland landed a solid right hand there. O'Malley's just dancing around.
He's quick, man. But the only thing that bothers me with O'Malley is that he keeps his hands down, like.
Yeah, and he's paying for it. Eddie Wineland has landed 2 good right hands to him that have pushed him back. Eddie's controlling the center. Eddie's controlling the center of the cage. Yeah, he threw a spin kick that totally missed, and then Eddie Wineland followed up with a body shot. Oh, there's a body. Oh, that was nice. Oh.
Yeah, oh. Say you're sorry, Dave.
Oh, he's out. My goodness.
Say you're sorry, Dave.
Wait.
I'm not saying I'm sorry. He beat Eddie Wineland. Eddie Wineland's 35. Fight's over.
What?
Sean
Damn it, I'm
O'Malley
still watching it. I'm behind
straight
here.
right hand knocked him cold. Man, that was nasty. That was
Look,
impressive,
Just
man.
before
Kick that
that
he
little
threw.
shot that he hit him with was beautiful. Also,
This
O'Malley
guy's
showed
got
some nice
power.
striking here.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I'm really behind, guys. I'm like almost like a minute behind. But you know what? You know what the crazy part is that he threw these
Story of
beautiful
your life.
spinning kicks. Yep, that's what you're absolutely right, Freddie. You're absolutely right. So listen to me here. Those spinning kicks by O'Malley were awesome, man. But that right didn't look like it had that much power behind
The
it
kicks
to knock
didn't
him
seem
out.
to land, man. He didn't land much with the kicks. It was the punches. Boom! It was a straight right hand that just cracked
this
him right on the
O'Malley,
jaw.
man. Dave,
It was
you
just-
owe everybody an apology, man.
Why?
Everybody.
Why?
You dissed the guy
No,
because you're like,
no, I'm not apologizing for nothing.
I mean,
Okay,
how
you know
many
what?
wins before you respect him?
Well, more than that. Well, he's going to have to beat one of the
O'Malley.
elite guys at 135. I want to see him fight somebody legit at 135 before I crown him this
I mean,
like
look at-
superstar of the
look
UFC.
what happened to
I just
Chase
feel like there's
Hooper,
there's
Hoffman,
a
whatever.
lot of hype. There's a lot of hype, and I'd like to see him
Dave.
win against somebody where he's not favored, like against as a minus 500 going into the fight. Like, give me somebody where it's a more competitive
This
fight.
fight made
That's
sense. For him.
Dave.
I don't know
Dave,
about that.
it does, man. Let's not forget, Weiland was the WEC Bantam champion of back in the days. He's not fighting a jabroni, man. What he did
And I mean,
tonight, you
look
know,
at
there's
Hooper.
one thing I noticed. Yeah, look at Hooper.
Hooper got too big
Okay.
of a challenge too quick, man. Come on, man. You got to be patient with these guys. Don't throw him like who you want him to fight. Jose Aldo right away? Come on, man.
No, well, we'll see at the
Look.
end of the night. There'll be some opponents here for him, right? A lot of bantamweights on this
But
card.
Look,
Let's
you know
see
what?
him
O'Malley's
against.
been out of the game
Let's
for
see him
2
against
years at
Cody
one point.
Stamen. Let's see him against Cody Stamen, who's usually a 135er. He fought at 145 tonight. Beat Brian Kelleher. Looked really solid.
Respect.
Let's see. Sean O'Malley do that to Cody Stamen. I think he'd have a really hard time.
Look, if you notice one thing, man, this guy doesn't let up. He's always on the go. He's always throwing something, a kick. He's always moving, and it's hard to be
Sure.
defensive
I'm
with a
just
guy
saying,
like that. And that's
if
how
he can beat a
Weiland got
guy,
caught tonight.
if he can go in there and take out a guy like Cody Stamen or Corey Sanhagen or Aljamain Sterling or Rafael Asuncao, then you could call me and say, okay, is this guy a top guy yet? Yeah, sure. But
Well, I mean,
Nah.
he'll be late to the
Dave,
party
that
by
was
then.
pretty
yeah, well, that's
impressive.
fine. That's fine. I'm not
Hey,
ready to
that
crown
was bloody
anybody until
impressive.
they actually do something. All right? He looked all right.
Dude, he didn't just look all right. He was amazing in this fight. He threw like I don't know how many kicks and punches
Yeah.
in 5 minutes that were incredible. Come on, Dave, don't be so harsh. What's up with you? Did you have a bad supper tonight? Did you have a bad steak or something?
I don't know, man. I just like Eddie
What's going on,
Wineland.
Dave?
Eddie Wineland. He fought in the WEC. He's been fighting for a long time. This is not the first time he's been knocked out. Like, I don't know.
Dude, he's 24-13. That's a pretty good record.
Do you know?
O'Malley, man.
Do you know who Johnny Eduardo is?
Johnny Eduardo. Any relative to
an MMA fighter.
Johnny North?
Yeah, he knocked out Eddie
about
Wineland. He knocked out Eddie Wineland
Listen,
too.
man. Shit happens, man. Look at Hooper tonight. He lost, man. To Caceres, who was like 15-12 before this fight. Shit happens, man. But O'Malley tonight was impressive.
All right,
I
fine.
wanna
I'm
see
just
this guy
saying,
fight
it's a
again.
normal progression
it's fine.
for where
Look,
he is
guys,
at his career, man.
It's cool. You guys are impressed more than I am. I'm not super impressed with him. I'd like to see more. I think he's got stupid hair. All right?
What?
Boom.
I mean,
Yeah, but the guy you like,
Wineland has
69,
wins
was all.
against Mitsugaki. Come on, man.
I just
Defeated
don't
Brad
like my
Pickett,
MMA fighters to look like this.
Jorgensen.
The way a man is supposed to look, in my opinion, okay, the ideal man, the best looking man in the world.
The Manscaped man.
Yes,
Manscaped.
but I'm saying my idea of an MMA fighter, of a man, what a man is supposed to look like in MMA,
Yeah.
is
Yeah, tell
Dan
me, Dave.
Henderson. Hendo.
I thought you were going to mention me, man, but forget it.
No. Forget you, man. I just think, like, that look, that's the respectable look. Dan Henderson, that's a man right there, brother. And
No,
Dan
I got
Henderson,
someone
Henderson would never show up to a fight, looking like rainbow hair and all that. Look at that guy. I thought
you were going to mention. I thought you were going to mention Randy Couture or something. Now that's a man.
No. Look at Hendo.
That's a step above. No,
That's
no,
a
no, no.
badass right there.
I throw my Randy Couture
That's what a
against
badass
your-
is supposed to
your
look
Dan.
like. A badass is supposed to look like Dan Henderson. All right.
Randy Couture probably has a better edge in my opinion, but hey, Freddie.
Thank you to
I mean,
Patrick-
2020, man, you better get with the program, man. People look a little, sorry to say, weird,
look
but
weird.
hey, embrace it.
No.
They look a little hooperish.
Patrick C. Hamilton, thank you for the super chat with a nice KO emoji. I like that emoji there with the. I think is that a hippopotamus or a hippopotamus? AJ, what do you call it? Hippopotamus.
Rhinoceros, or it should be a
Hippopotamus, right?
a hippopotamus.
A hippopotamus.
A hippopotamus. Hey, I thought you were gonna get my T-shirts done. The rhinoceros before someone
Yeah.
steals that. Like, I don't want to mention any names.
We'll figure it out.
The guys that claim that they know the Expos.
Trademark
before they
it,
steal- Rhinoceros.
Dana might
Rhinoceros.
trademark it.
Yeah,
You
Dana's
heard
gonna
that
steal
story of Dana
rhinoceros.
trademarking? You heard that
No.
story of
Yeah.
Dana trademarking UFC?
Yeah.
What?
Like the comedian John Oliver made a skit about it, and next thing Dana White was like dissing him or whatever, but at the same time he's trademarking the idea. I love it.
UFC SEA for the Fight Island. It's a good idea. It's smart. Why not, man? UFC.
First of all, he doesn't.
They're
He
already
doesn't own
selling
this
Fight
island.
Island. They're selling Fight Island gear already, man. They better do it, because if they've been selling gear and they don't do it, man, I'm gonna call you out, Dana.
You know what, Dave?
Man,
Dave,
that
hear me out on
UFC
this.
store.
Hear me
Don't
out.
make me go in on the UFC store again and
It's
how
awful.
ridiculously overpriced and ridiculous. Oh
It's
man,
awful.
everything's so expensive, man. UFC store.
Dave.
You know how much a Fight Island T-shirt will cost you? It's like $30 American plus $30 American shipping, which winds up costing you like $100 Canadian for one T-shirt. It's ridiculous.
Listen, hear me out on this. I was watching the documentary on Epstein, and I saw Epstein's Island, and I'm like, you know what? How much you want to bet Dana White got Epstein's Island for this fight? That's
I don't-
the island. I'm telling you.
Oh
I
my
don't
God,
think
where are
so.
you going with this? I was
I'm
going
telling you, I
like,
saw
where are you
that
going
island.
with this story?
When
And
I saw that island, I'm like, now I know where he got that island. He got it at a good price from Epstein. Think about it, Dave.
You're crazy, Dana.
Dana's. I'm telling you, if it
I don't
turns
think
out to
he's
be
got Epstein's
island,
island. I don't think, and apparently they didn't buy an
I don't
island.
know.
They're just like renting an island. I don't know. It's
Well,
weird.
that's even more.
That Epstein show is crazy, man. That Netflix
Hey,
documentary
first of all-
series. I
first
watched
of
the
all-
whole thing.
First of all, screw that. We gotta give because now we have Kevin Johnson, which is Sam, on the show that follows Ringside Report.
What?
Ozark, the best Ozark, man. Don't you watch
Yeah,
Ozark? The
of course,
best show
man.
on- so you know Sam? Sam
Yeah.
likes Ringside Report.
Oh, nice. Sam, who Marty Bird was getting him to spend all that money in the casino to clean the money,
Look,
right? He was
Sam's
getting him to
character
gamble. He was getting him to gamble and lose on purpose. That guy, right?
Exactly. And you know what I told him? I said to him, I sent out a tweet and I'm like, hey, aka Sam. I said, forget about like gambling on the casino. Bet with Ringside Report. You're going to win.
Good line, AJ. Good line.
I know. It sounded
So
better
cool.
when I wrote it.
Well,
Forget
I'm
it.
glad. Sorry, what was his name? I didn't catch his name.
Kevin Johnson.
Kevin
Sam.
Johnson. Well, I'm glad Kevin Johnson
Yeah.
is now a new viewer of Ringside Report. Thank you, Kevin Johnson.
Ozark.
We love Ozark. We're all big Ozark fans. We've all watched all the Ozarks. Right, Fred? You've watched all the Ozarks too, right?
I haven't seen the latest season yet.
Oh, it's
Man,
good. eh?
that's the best season.
Oh,
Come
it's
on,
good.
Freddie.
I'm gonna watch it.
Oof.
My girlfriend
even
is
wanna tell you
pregnant
how it
right now,
ends.
and she's tired. She's going to bed early, and it's one of those series she wants to watch. I'll respect and wait
I was
for
going to
her
say, this is the
and watch
best
it
time.
with
You
her.
send her to bed and you watch it.
Send her to bed. What kind of life
Like
are
I
you
say,
leading,
man,
AJ?
she's at the end of the pregnancy, so sometimes she goes to bed earlier than my daughter.
Oh, that means Freddie has to take charge. If she's going to bed before the daughter, that means Daddy's got to deal with bedtime. Thank you
Hey,
to
you know-
hold on. Thank you to D Skeet.
What?
Dwayne for the super chat, dropping the super chat. Thank you, Dwayne, for supporting the Ringside Report Network. Thank you for helping to pay for this pay-per-view for all of us. We appreciate you guys. Thank you to Brandon D. Williams for watching. Thank you, everybody.
Who else, Dave? Spit it out, man.
A lot of people, man. Acme Tunes.
Where's Johnny North? Where's Johnny North, man?
I don't know,
How
man.
come he's not on the show?
I don't know.
What's up with Johnny lately?
Man.
He's slippy. I'm telling you, man. I don't know what's up with Johnny. He's slippery and slidey, man.
Is he slippery and
Johnny's
slidey?
not often there on Saturday
he's
nights. I think he might have a secret life on Saturday nights. Man, I'm just saying.
That's true.
Well, he's got the Manscaped now. God knows what he's doing.
Manscaped. You know, Manscaped has some products that I didn't even get that I think I want, man. You know, they have a crop mop, which is a ball wipe.
What?
It's a ball wipe. It's a thing to wipe your balls. And then they've got a crop cleanser. They got a crop hair and body wash. They got a foot duster, a 24-hour deodorant spray for your feet. I think you need that, AJ.
For jiu-jitsu, you definitely need that. Any wrestler needs that shit.
They got a refined cologne as well. And they got the Plow 2.0, which is like a straight razor there. Look at all this cool stuff they have.
Wow.
There's a wide array of products that you can get at Manscaped. Manscaped.com, promo code Ringside20 to get 20% off plus free shipping on all your Manscaped stuff. I've been using my Manscaped stuff. You heard me talk about it on Ringside Report this week. At length, we talked about it.
Classic.
Yeah, and the Crop Reviver, it's something you need, right? It's a ball toner. It's to tone your balls.
How's your balls feeling today?
They're feeling good, man. They're feeling very good. Manscaped.com, they bring the action. The 3.0 there, the Lawnmower 3.0, tremendous little clipper. Tremendous razor, very good. I love it, man. Manscaped.com, use the promo code Ringside20 for 20% off your order plus free shipping. It is seriously a good product. It's really great stuff. Neil Magny taking on Anthony Rocco Martin coming up here. That's the next fight. Sean O'Malley made quick work of Eddie Wineland, 1 minute 54 seconds in the very first round, winning by knockout, a straight right hand. Alex Caceres beats Chase Hooper by unanimous decision on the prelims. Ian Heinisch knocks out Gerald Meerschaert in the first round, 1 minute 14 into the fight. Cody Stamann over Brian Kelleher, unanimous decision, all 3 rounds, all 3 judges, 30-27, a clean sweep. Maki Pitolo knocking out Charles Byrd in the second round, 1 minute 10 into the second. Alex Perez with leg kicks, those nasty calf kicks, 4 minutes, 6 seconds into the first round, a TKO win over Jussier Formiga. Devin Clark over Alonzo Menefield by unanimous decision. And in the opening bout, it was Herbert Burns getting the rear naked choke win over the veteran Evan Dunham in just 1 minute 20 seconds. I missed that fight, actually. I didn't see that one. Didn't seem like a very long fight for Evan Dunham. That guy's been around forever, too. 38 years old. Might be time to hang it up. He's lost 3 in a row now. And when you lose in the first fight of the night in 1 minute and 20 seconds, might be time to wrap up, right, for Evan Dunham? Freddie?
I'm never the guy that's going to tell somebody to retire, but Evan Dunham has definitely seen better days. At some point, like, Evan Dunham was like close to being a contender, but he never went past that.
Yeah, he was close. He was in the mix at one time at 155 pounds. Here comes this guy, Anthony Rocco Martin, taking on Neil Magny. Magny's been around for a while in the UFC. His last fight was in March of this year. He's not waiting very long to come back and fight. He got that win over Zhang Li. And Anthony Rocco Martin, his last fight back in November. A win in UFC Moscow. A couple welterweights here. This is like a, it's a fight, but it doesn't really, there's nothing really on the line here. These guys are just kind of finding their way in the top 20 welterweights in the UFC. Yo, what's going on with AJ? Freddie, you see what's happening? I don't know.
I'm not sure what I'm watching.
He ran off. It's like a curtain or something.
AJ.
I'm getting rid of him. No more AJ. I don't know what happened. He just bailed. He bailed out of nowhere. You hear him. I don't know what he's doing.
AJ.
Oh, man, that is a lot of noise.
AJ, man.
Hey, AJ.
Yeah, back.
You know, we're doing a show here, right? You know, we're live on YouTube. People are watching, right? You understand that?
And
Hey
you
man, I have to
realize
take care of
the noise
business.
you
What am I gonna do?
I don't
Do
know.
I?
Like
Tell
I know
us.
you always rewatch these shows. You realize you make noise. Like don't tell me
Man,
you don't
I was-
realize. You do realize.
Listen, I was creeping away like a ninja, man. Don't tell me you heard that. It's impossible.
Yeah.
if it's
That's
not
the
your
funny part.
papers or
That's the funny
I hope
part
you heard
about
me
AJ.
flush.
See, when these shows are over, right? I know Fred, he's going to bed, right? I know what you guys do, right? When the show ends at like 1 a.m., Fred is tired. Like, you're going to see Fred, what time is it, 10:30? Fred's got another hour and a half before he starts to get sleepy.
Oof,
I know
it's
you,
not
Fred.
looking good,
By
man. Oh,
midnight,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
going to get a little tuckered out, okay? I know you, buddy. AJ, he's
I
like,
got some
what?
jelly beans.
There you go. Good, good. AJ is wide awake all the time, fully like charged. It's like he's on something. I don't know what's going on over there with AJ. But when the show is over, when we are done, when the UFC pay-per-view is done, when our watch-along is done, AJ will start immediately to watch the watch-along again. He is so obsessed with himself. I don't even know if he sees that Fred and I are even on the show when he watches it again. He's just so focused on himself, and he loves it so much. And then he'll start texting Fred and I at like 2, 3 in the morning about, guys, that was so great. Oh, when I said this, I was right. You guys, you're going to see AJ's always right. And he just harasses us about how he's right and how we were wrong about this, or, oh, how he picked this fight and we didn't pick that fight. And, oh, look, this person put a like on our page. And it's like, who is this person? It's like, oh, you don't know this person? He's very big in business in the Philippines.
Oh, wait.
He's one of the biggest media buyers in the Philippines. I'm like, okay, AJ, is that good? Man, that's amazing. And that's the kind of stuff that we get from AJ till like 3, 4, 5 in the morning. That's why I have to turn my phone off when I go to bed, because I know that no matter what time of day it's going to be, I'm going to get a ding, ding, ding. And I know that ding is always AJ. Sometimes it's Fred, but if it's early in the morning, like,
It's
6,
Fred.
7 a.m., it's Fred. If it's super late at night, like 3, 4 a.m., AJ. And AJ after dark gets a little wild. What are you drinking tonight, AJ?
Listen. A little mix of different friends. I got a little.
Different friends.
You know what? I wanted to get a bottle of wine, but it's impossible to get like any wine with this pandemic. Like, I don't want to go out and stand in line at the SAQ and all that bullshit. So I'm just
No,
doing
they got
what
an
I have
online
here.
store.
I'm not crazy about that stuff.
You
man.
don't know
But
how
by
to
the way,
shop
but-
online. Admit it.
No.
Admit
Listen.
it. You don't know how to shop online, AJ. Have you ever made an online purchase in your life?
I'm glad you mentioned that, Dave. But somebody got me a little gift to get you back, because no one knows what we're talking about right now. But Dave came to see me last week. He had to bring me these beautiful. Well, I had to give him these beautiful Rudy Lad T-shirts for our show. Rudy Lad, one of the best.
I'm rocking my
T-shirts out there?
Ruddy lad. Please
Ruddy
I
say
love
Lad,
how
the
that's
name
what
of
I
the
said.
changing the subject though.
No,
You started your-
I'm
you-
getting
you
there.
started
I'm
your-
getting there. No. Listen to me, Fred. So
But
Neil
somebody
Magny-
else bought it for you. That's
Neil
what you said.
Magny
He's so-
and Rocco Martin are fighting. We're at 4 minutes 44, 43, 42, 41 in the first
38.
round. Go ahead, AJ.
Dave, look this. See what this looks like?
Ooh, Super
This
Soaker.
is exactly. Someone got it for me online because
That's
I'm
tiny
coming after
compared
you,
to what
buddy.
I have, baby. That's
Are you
tiny.
kidding, man? Ask Noah what I did to him.
I'll
the
be
poor
right
kid.
back.
I
I'll be
ruined
back. I'm
him.
going to show you what my arsenal is. I'll be right back, boys.
Man,
You guys handle
I'm
the show. I'll be
challenging-
back.
I'm challenging you and George St. Pierre. George is going down.
But
for
you
it.
didn't buy that yourself.
Well, I suggested it. Listen, I'm not big in online buying. It's.
So you've
It's
never
not
done an
my,
online purchase yourself.
I can't recall. But the fight is on, man. Neil Magny, here he is. Anthony Rocco Martin, who hasn't lost. I think he's 5-1 since 2018. So this guy is pretty solid.
What's up, bro? You
Neil
think you're
Magny's-
tough, AJ? You think you're
Oh,
tough,
man,
bro?
don't screw around me, buddy. Yeah, you want to mess with me, boy? You want to
Look
mess?
how-
You know what this is?
This is way bigger. Fred, who's got a bigger gun?
I think Dave.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
AJ,
It's
drop
good-
your pants. Fred,
It's all
who's
right,
got a
buddy.
bigger dick? I'm kidding. Don't do it, AJ.
What?
Sponsored
Come
by
on,
Manscaped.
Dave. Exactly, man. Actually, next week it's Freddie's turn to talk about the Manscaped, and then in a couple weeks it's me. Since I'm the hairiest guy so far, I got of before and after pics. It's gonna be awesome.
I set the bar for the Manscaped. What do we call it?
Real advertisements in real time.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
was
thing.
best.
It's not new to me. I've been like manscaping for a while, so like I won't get the same enthusiasm as you did. Like it's like, but hey, great product. I've used it. I'll talk about it on Thursday.
So far, Dave is number one. Johnny came really like he was touching on Friday with the show with Johnny and Dave and Johnny live. He got a little wild again with the Manscaped. Johnny's gone wild lately. I don't know what he's up. What's he taking?
I don't know.
Dave, are you okay there? Did you get
No,
like,
I'm just trying to
emotional or
fix something
something?
here. No, I'm not paying attention to what you guys are doing.
Look, so back to the fight here. We've got like Anthony Rocco Martin that's really like try to get his legs in for some kind of submission to take his back, but Neil Magny's up against the octagon. Has his back to Anthony Rocco Martin, and he's doing nothing, man. It's like, guys, there's no action going on here, man. The ref has to stop it.
The ref
What
has
is
to
this?
stop it. There's no action. Stop the fight.
No, man. Let them start again, like in the center of the octagon.
I don't know what you're talking about because I think you're way behind because on my feed they're in the center of the octagon. Fred, where are they at
Are
with
they
you?
okay?
Yeah, I've got
130.
Magny shooting up Rocco against the cage. Rocco defending.
Okay.
He's got underhooks. He's got Magny pressed
Okay.
against the fence. A lot of pressing against the fence in this fight from what I've seen.
Well, exactly. Where are you guys at? I'm at 204.
I got 110.
Yeah, I'm at 112.
I'm really behind.
Yeah, you're so
I'm really
behind. AJ, we're gonna be like reacting to the fights, and you're gonna be like, "What happened? What happened?" Like the last
Well,
fight
that's what happened
when
with the wine, I
O'Malley,
think.
yeah, ooh, Magny landed some good left hands there. We got about a minute left in the first round.
Look, if this is any indicator of Neil, like his 7 of his last 9 fights have all gone to the judges. So this is one of those fights that might make it back to the end. No one's getting knocked out the way they're fighting right now. It's a lot of clinching, a lot of hugging, and not much action. Who do you give it to in this first round? It's hard.
Rocco.
Yeah, I'd say a slight edge to Rocco, but not much. I mean, slight edge could go either way. I don't know.
Magny's getting his jabs in, so it's kind of hard to tell.
This is one of those fights on the card where I'm kind of like, next. Like, it's cool and all. It's a good fight. They're good fighters. But the other fights on this card are more important. Like, every other fight on this card is more important than this one, you know?
For sure, but you know what? You got to have good fights, man. Like, every
Yeah.
card should be excited. You know,
I'm
we
just
always hope
saying,
for
like, come on. Neither of these guys are going to be fighting for a title anytime soon, whereas some of these other people on this card could be, right? Like, Sean O'Malley might find himself in a title fight with 1 or 2 more wins in the UFC. Aljamain Sterling, if he wins this fight. Corey Sandhagen, the winner of that fight, is probably #1 contender for the belt. Unless Cody Garbrandt, who's a former champion, looks really good against Asuncao, then he's next in line for the belt, possibly. So there's just a lot of fights on this card that are really interesting. And this one, I don't know. I like Neil Magny and all, but it's not
I
as
don't
important.
think this is a pay-per-view fight.
That's what I'm saying, Fred. It's not a pay-per-view fight. It's just like, yeah, it's okay. I don't really see why
fight, but-
it's on this card because it sticks out to me as a fight fan as the least important fight on this card. I would have put the Caceres Hooper fight maybe on pay-per-view instead, but whatever.
But I would argue that ESPN probably wants Caceres more than they want Magny. Caceres has a little, charisma
Hooper
to
too.
him. I think people...
Hooper, too, had a little bit of buzz, right?
Yeah, also, exactly.
Sure.
So, if you're ESPN and you want a good main event to the prelims, Magny against Rocco doesn't really cut it.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? It was an exciting fight between Hooper and Caceres. So,
how do you feel about the main event next week? You know what the main event for the UFC show is next week?
What is it?
Jessica Ai against Cynthia Calvillo. That's the main event of the fight night next week. The co-main
but we've
event,
got
main event.
the co-main event. Yes, I know, AJ. Charles Jourdain from Montreal is going to be fighting against Andre Fili, and that's the only fight on this card that I actually give a shit about. But the rest of the card next week, oh boy. Karl Roberson against Marvin Vettori in the co-main event. Merab Dvalishvili against Ray Borg. Andre Fili and Charles Jourdain. Mark De La Rosa against Jordan Espinoza. That's the main card, which is like, what? The Jourdain fight is the only fight on this card I care about next week.
Let me give you another crazy thing. UFC 251. There's no main event. It's like in a month, July 11th, a little bit more than a month, and we still don't know what's the main event or anything. I don't know, UFC right now, and you hear all these fighters that are mad, like all the top stars. They're not going to take a fight on 4 weeks' notice. Masvidal's not taking a fight on 4 weeks' notice. John Jones not doing that. So who are they going to put at UFC 251? Who's going to be main eventing that? I'm looking at this right now. They got Shamil Abdurakhimov, whatever, against Cyril Gane. Paige Van Zandt against Amanda
Cyril
Rivas.
Gane.
Frankie Edgar, Pedro Munez. Rose Namajunas against Jessica Andrade.
Those are good fights.
None of that is.
Nothing's a main event. No.
Yeah, exactly.
But that is the rest of a pay-per-view. Like, if you put a main event on that card, like if, say, Jose Aldo versus Peter Yan as a bantamweight title fight as your main event, the rest of that card could support like a weaker main event because it is a really solid card. Like, Paige Van Zandt is a star. Frankie Edgar is a star. Rose Namajunas is a star. Jessica Andrade is a former champion. That's a big fight. Cyril Gane is an up-and-coming star. I think that pay-per-view with a main event, even a weak main event, like Aldo versus Yan, because let's be honest, that's not a great pay-per-view main event. If they put that fight together, I think they could sell it, but what other fights are out there as far as title fights they could possibly do? Are they going to throw Gilbert Burns and Kamaru? Could Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman get rushed into that somehow?
Maybe. There's only 4 fights announced also for a fight that's a little bit more than a month away, a fight card. That's not a lot of fights that are announced, so UFC are going to be rushing to put some of these cards.
And usually on a UFC pay-per-view, they'd be promoting the next pay-per-view, right? Usually on one of these pay-per-views, we'd have a commercial hyping up the next pay-per-view, and we'd already know what the main event would be. We'd just be waiting to see the cool promo video that they show for it. But this time, we have no main event. Conor McGregor? Nope. John Jones? Nope. GSP? Fuck out of here. Khabib? Nope. Diaz brothers? Nope. Like, what do they have? I don't think they can do Volkanovski and Holloway. I know they're trying to do that fight at some point. That's a big one, but I don't think they do that.
I don't think either. Because I'm reading here that that's a fight that was supposed to be maybe on this card, but that was pre-Corona. So Corona has changed a lot of stuff, a lot of fight cards.
Yeah. And there's no main event. And usually, right, historically, that UFC July pay-per-view is the biggest pay-per-view of the summer for the UFC. It's the 4th of July card. It's a massive thing. They do International Fight Week in Vegas. Sometimes they have 2 or 3 UFC shows that week in the lead-up to the pay-per-view on Saturday night. Like, it's a big deal. And the fact that we're sitting here about a month away from what's supposed to be the biggest pay-per-view of the year and it doesn't have a main event, that's a big deal. And the fact that there's so many UFC fighters right now that don't want to fight because the UFC isn't offering the right deal, that's a big deal. George Masvidal, John Jones. I mean, so many guys right now don't want to fight for the money that the UFC's offering, and we're sitting here without a solid main event for what's supposed to be the biggest card of the summer, and it's a month away.
And I'm going through the cards right now, and I'm seeing that a week later, on July 18th, it seems that Joseph Benavidez and Figueiredo are supposed to rematch for the flyweight title.
There we go. That makes sense.
On July 18th.
Guys, just going back to this fight here. Are you watching it or what?
Yeah, we're watching it.
I'm giving it the attention
honestly,
it deserves.
No,
exactly.
listen, Anthony Martin definitely was in control of this whole second round, man.
Yeah.
His takedown was beautiful. He was putting the pressure. You know what? Magny's starting to lag, man. We'll see what happens in the third. It'll probably go to decision, but a little bit more excitement in the second round.
I think he's
having good success in the clinch.
He's on his way. He's on his way to winning the fight for sure.
Yep.
But Freddie and I were having an important conversation that you interrupted, AJ, with your
I'm
fight
sorry.
talk.
I apologize.
We're trying.
Sorry, man.
We're trying to talk about bigger issues than this fucking one fight that means nothing, AJ.
Well, I'm sorry, guys.
I'm kidding.
I apologize.
I'm fucking around, AJ.
Look,
it's all right.
I'm gonna give you the Herb. I'm gonna give you the Herb Dean.
I'm gonna disappear you. All right. How about that?
No. IP vanish.
I'll get rid of you. Yeah, it's just me and Fred now. Get rid of AJ. Oh, but his volume's still there. Yeah, we can never really get rid of him, can we? Yeah, but right. AJ, so give me a main event. AJ, if you're going to come and interrupt, with your nonsense about this fight that's going on, like anybody cares, give me a good main event for the next UFC pay-per-view. What's it going to be? You're always right. You always know. What's the next main event?
That's true. Dave.
Conor Khabib? Are you going to predict Conor Khabib for UFC July 11th? 251?
July is going to be a little tough. I said
Mike Tyson versus Vitor Belfort? Yeah?
Let's look at something like an Anderson Silva coming in.
No, that's not going to happen.
Why not? He's ready to fight, man.
Anderson Silva, Conor McGregor, July 11th, UFC 251. That's the fight. What fight could Anderson Silva possibly be in next month that would warrant a main event of a pay-per-view?
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, okay. They're going to put that together in a month, and they're going to do that fight without fans. They're going to put that fight together in the next 4 weeks, and they're going to do it without fans. And that'll main event UFC 251. See, Fred and I were actually coming up with, we're trying to come up with some reasonable examples, maybe Aldo and Peter Yan or something like that. And you're just going hard with Anderson and Conor in the main event in 4 weeks. No chance in hell.
Listen, think about it. Dana's been getting destroyed this whole week from every fighter you can imagine about the pay and all this kind of stuff. I'm telling you, man. Dana's going to make some weird statement, and that could be one of those. Some kind of McGregor-Silva celebrity fight. I'm telling you, Dave, think about it. Wouldn't you like to see John Jones fighting?
I want ESPN to get mad at some point. I want ESPN to tell Dana, hey, we're giving you a bunch of money, man. Get us some fighters, man. If we're going to promote you guys, man, we can't be just... We need names. I don't want to insult the guys that they're giving us, but... We need bigger names, man. So if ESPN is going to invest so much money, they should tell Dana, get it done.
Dave, Freddie, think about it. Since the UFC has started doing fights during the pandemic, all these cards have been really good. There hasn't been a card that they've been exciting fights. We could honestly say they've been successful. So you know what?
I'm talking about TV ratings though, and I'm not sure
TV ratings too. Well, the pay-per-views they sold, they were up there. The numbers were up there.
It was a nice pay-per-view number, but I would expect the ESPN to want more. If they're gonna put so much, at some point they're gonna tell the UFC, we need these big guys, big stars to fight.
Listen, man, they gotta pump out another 35 plus fights from now to December. They're gonna put
Come
as
on.
many cards as they could put together.
AJ, let's not fuck around. Okay? John Jones and George Masvidal, in the span of a week, both asked for their release publicly. Two of the biggest stars in the sport both asked to be released from the UFC in the same week. Don't tell me that nothing's going on. Don't tell me that it's business as usual and the UFC has their stars and everything's cool. Two of the biggest stars in the game today said they wanted out. And Masvidal, we don't know what his story is, but John Jones is saying, I don't want to fight at all. I don't even want to defend the light heavyweight title anymore. So it might be it for John Jones, right? In the span of a week, two of their biggest stars requested their release publicly on Twitter. That's pretty major. That's not a good sign for the UFC keeping their stars.
Look, on our Thursday show, I mean, we were all in agreement that the UFC has to really step up and start paying these guys what they should be paid. There's no doubt about it. And I think Freddie made out the figures. It was like $40 million at the end of like a pay-per-view show. And these guys are getting like peanuts. And I think you said...
I did the math, AJ. Why are you giving Freddie the credit for the math? I had a calculator out. Remember that, Fred? Why is he giving you the credit for the math?
I thought it was Freddie that threw out those numbers,
but I'm gonna go full AJ and say, hey, you guys, man, this was a good third round, man. You guys missed that, man.
It was good. Magny looked good.
Round.
Magny looked good in the third round. He came on strong. That was Magny's round for sure.
Rocco. Well, it's not
so
over yet.
I'm gonna let you guys for a couple of minutes.
Oh, all right then.
Where are you going, Freddie? Make sure you wash your hands.
Freddie's taking a little break.
Freddie.
Take a little break ski, Freddie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That white cord hanging. Oh, a little. Let me get it.
I want to. Yeah, exactly. A little Pineapple Pete.
I get it.
I'm ready for later.
Pete. Hey, you know what? That would be a great mascot for us, Pineapple Pete, man. Don't steal our idea there. I know you know exactly who I'm talking about. They keep stealing our stuff all the time. You know who I'm talking.
Well, Pineapple Pete is me stealing a line from Chris Jericho, so that's not original. You just don't watch AEW.
Did he trademark it?
Pineapple Pete? I don't know,
not.
but the wrestler Pineapple Pete may have at this point if he's smart. Shug D. I just listened to it. I just listened to an interview with Pineapple Pete on Chris Jericho's podcast. It was really good. The winner. Oh, Magny wins unanimous decision.
What?
Oh,
come on!
Wow,
unanimous.
Rocco Martin thought he won. He looks pretty devastated that they gave it to Magny. Unanimous.
Unanimous is ridiculous. I mean,
is it? Because the first round was really close, and it was hard to tell who won the first round. The second round
was
maybe.
Pretty clear.
Yeah, but
it was Anthony Rocco Martin, man.
Okay.
The second,
yeah, but the third round was pretty clear that it was Neil Magny's. And when you have a first round that could go either way, I don't really have a problem with Neil Magny winning this fight because he won the third round. He won the third round for sure, and maybe all three judges gave him the first round, and that's enough to win a fight. It's a 3-round fight. You win 2 or 3 rounds, you win the whole thing. That's how it works.
I know, man, but I thought the third was like Rocco's, man.
You thought the third was Rocco's?
I thought so. Yeah.
Okay. The judges scored it 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. So the judges, 2 of the 3 judges didn't even give the second round to Rocco. I thought Rocco may have won the second round, but the first round
that was pretty clear.
The first round, I think we gave it to Rocco, but I wasn't really paying attention to this fight, man. I'll be honest.
I'll
tell you what I saw. The first round was close. The second round, I was looking at other stuff on the internet. I wasn't paying attention to the fight. And the third round I watched, and Neil Magny definitely won. So if you win the third round and you maybe win the first round, that's enough to win an MMA fight. And I'm not going to go and cry bullshit off this decision. I know you're crying bullshit. I don't know why. I don't know why you dislike Neil Magny so much, but...
I don't dislike the guy.
Well,
what are you trying to say, Dave?
I don't know.
I'm just trying to tell you is somebody that didn't see the second round was
I understand why you like him.
It was pretty clear.
Because his name's Anthony. Anthony Rocco. Just like you, Anthony Jr. DeLessio, right? You just like Anthony's, right?
listen. So I have a little preference to that name, but the thing is,
AJ,
regardless, the
how do you
second
say Rocco?
Rocco. Like
Yeah, I
Rocky.
heard a guy say Rocco the other day. He said it so well. His name was Rocco, but it's like he said the two C's, like he pronounced them both. I
Like
tried to,
Rococo.
yeah, but like I tried to replicate it. I tried to do an impression of him, and I couldn't do it. It's like, what's your name? My name is Rocco. Rocco. It was fucking crazy.
My
I was like,
question to
man,
you
you
is,
really
where the hell
pronounced
did
the
you
two
meet this
C's
guy?
in your name there, Rocco.
Dave, aren't you supposed to be like isolated in your home? Where the hell are you meeting a Rocco? And first of all, Roccos don't hang around.
No. He called.
Technically, in
This
your
is
in
a
your hood, they probably do.
this is a guy who called. He called me at work. It was on the phone.
What did he want? He
I
wanted
don't
like
know.
airtime,
I don't know what he wanted. Honestly, man,
did he want an envelope from some of those sportscasters?
maybe he wanted an envelope, brother.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
No
I could
names
tell you
mentioned.
stories. I could tell you stories, but I'll definitely get sued. You know?
So
I got
get sued,
stories.
man. It's good for the ratings. It's good for the ratings, Dave.
Yeah, bad
Just
for my
saying,
pockets,
man.
though. Bad for the money,
No,
all
no,
right?
no, no, no,
I don't
no,
want to
no,
get
no, no, no.
sued.
Listen, man. We got a huge amount of followers now and that kind of stuff. Don't worry about it. They'll bail you out, dude. I'll spring a couple quarters for you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Harvey Keitel will pay for it, right?
Harvey, you know what? I'm gonna send Harvey actually an email tomorrow.
When's Harvey
To
coming
wish
on
him
the
a
show,
happy
man? You're a
Father's
good
Day.
buddy.
Harvey, I gotta talk to him. You know, it's tough nowadays. You know,
Happy
pandemic and that
Father's
kind
Day.
of
Don't
stuff.
forget Father's Day is coming up. You have 2 weeks to Father's Day, okay? Father's Day
Oh,
is
is
2
it?
weeks from tomorrow, June 21st. Get ready. You have 2 weeks, okay? So tomorrow is the 7th. The following Sunday is the 14th. The Sunday after that, it's the 21st of June. It's Father's Day. I'm a father. AJ's a father. We're all celebrating Father's Day, and get your dad a nice gift. Take care of your dad on Father's Day. I've already got my dad a gift for Father's Day. I'm planning in advance. I'm
Listen,
good. All
Dave,
right.
you want your father to be happy? Get him a Manscaped. You can get it through Ringside Report. The code is Ringside Report 20. Just buy the Manscaped
No,
for
it's
the
not.
poor
It's
man.
Ringside 20. Fuck, man.
That's what I said, man.
No,
What the
you
hell do
said
think I
Ringside Report 20.
Did I? I
Yeah,
don't think I said the report part.
you
I think you're
did.
hearing things.
I know. I'm hearing the
No, I
correct
don't
thing,
know.
and you're saying the wrong thing. So the promo code is Ringside20. Go to manscaped.com, and you get 20% off your order, plus free shipping on Manscaped. And I will tell you, I love Manscaped. I think it's a great product. They sent us stuff. It's really good stuff. It's really good. Acme Tunes is on the chat. He wants me to give the
Acme.
dirt. He wants me to give the dirt on the radio stations that I work with. I'm not
Oof.
going to do that.
Dave,
I can't do
Dave,
that because
do
I
it.
still
Do
I
it,
still
do it.
technically work there, so
Whoa,
I can't
wait,
really
hold on
do
a sec.
that.
Freddie almost let the cat out of the bag on Thursday, so listen to our
Yeah,
show on
well, let's
Thursday.
not do that. Wow, hey, shut up, AJ. How about that? How about shutting up? Although, whatever, I don't really care about that. That's fine. I mean, you know, that's not me. I have nothing to do with that. I'm not a guilty party there.
Listen,
The stories are crazy, though. I definitely do have a lot of stories, and I'll write a book one day, and you'll hear all the stories. All right? How about that? At some point in the future, I will write a book about my decades in radio and what I've seen and all sorts of stuff.
it makes WKRP look like nothing.
AJ gets to hear the stories, right? AJ hears the stories because I tell AJ, right, some of the crazy shit that happens and the people and whatever is going on. But I can't say it publicly, right? But one day when I'm not affiliated with anybody, I'll be able to tell a story. I'll write a book, and you'll be able to hear all about or read all about all the things, all the ridiculous stuff that happens in radio. But AJ knows. I tell AJ the stuff. You can't believe half the stuff I tell you.
And just let it be known, all the candies that were missing in a particular radio station, it was us. We were eating all of them. So the guys that left their candy jars out, me and Freddie ate all your candies. It was us. And by the way, a hockey puck that went missing, that was because of Glenn and technically myself. I stopped the puck, and that stupid puck went flying. First of all, it was like, those table hockey games, those little pucks. So if you're looking for that hockey puck, it's probably somewhere up on the roof because that thing went flying.
I didn't even know you guys did that, but yeah.
Man, listen, the puck is so small, man. Glenn took a shot and it just flew, man. I missed that. Remember when I was putting the advertisement in the toilet when you went to go take a piss? And I was putting a promo for Ringside Report, like I plastered it all over the radio station. Listen, man, those other stations got to know what we're talking about.
Oh, they know now. Believe me, they all know. Acme Tunes is saying next time. He said next time I see you at a wrestling event, I'll ask you to spill the tea. Yeah. I'll tell you. I'll tell you in person. I can't say it publicly on record because I could get sued. I don't know if I could get sued for telling the truth, but like I could definitely get fired. Send. Who are they gonna send after me? Good luck. They don't have goons. Believe me, they don't have goons.
Well, they do. There's like one goon, former player, but other than that,
I'm not worried about him. He's on my side.
You know what I missed mostly is like.
You know what I missed mostly?
You know what I missed?
Fred. I missed Fred.
Where's Freddie?
Fred's back.
Fred, there he is. The candies.
Oh yeah, when we hotboxed you.
Man, that was the freakiest. I've never freaked out more than that day, man. My cats and
Freddie and I both smoked big joints in a bus shelter, and AJ stood there with us. And AJ doesn't smoke weed, and AJ got hotboxed big time, and AJ was fucked up, and it was pretty awesome. We got to do that to you again, AJ. Get AJ high. Can we do a podcast where we just get you high? That would be fun.
Man, but you know what was scary was the whole fact when you told me, like, and I told you, Dave, I gotta go. I don't know what I had to go do. I had to go out of the studio, and you gave me the.
You lost your papers.
I lost my papers.
You lost your papers, your notes.
And then I went to the basement and I saw cats walking all around. I was freaking out, man. I was literally freaking out. I was sweating, man. I'm like, where am I? Where is those guys? They're gonna freak out on me. I'm like, I don't know how I made it back to the studio, man. I really don't. And then the homeless guy, it was crazy, dude. It was a crazy night. Now I know why you guys were laughing so much when we were in that bus stop, man.
AJ, seriously, we're going to get you high for one of these watch-alongs, and it's going to be fun. All right? We'll give you an edible. We'll give you an edible, and then, like,
yeah, exactly.
Hey, Fred, that'd be a good idea. We give him an edible. He eats it at the beginning of the show, and then, like, by, like, the co-main event, he'll be fucking gone. It'll be great. We'll all eat the same edible. Freddie and I will just be sitting there like, yeah, and AJ will be, like, seeing things. It'll be fantastic. We'll do that for a
the only problem is if
together.
Yeah, exactly. We got to do it together because we won't leave you alone in your kitchen high for the first time on edible.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude,
we wouldn't want to do that to your girlfriend and family. You know, we don't want to do that to them.
Yeah,
leave AJ all high. They got to take care of him.
Listen, man, they've already seen enough with AJ. Imagine me high, man. As long as I dress up as George St. Pierre, I'm doing it.
We got a question. Franco316 is asking us, what are our go-to munchies? Freddie, obviously, he's got jelly beans, right? Freddie, you like candy. You're a candy guy.
I'm a sweet guy, man. Anything that's sweet, man.
Yeah.
Cake, candy, cookies, anything.
I like a nice, I like sweet too, but I'm more like I like a chocolate bar. Like I like a Mars bar or a Snickers or an O. Henry or Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. That's what I like. And you know what? You want to hear something awful that I shouldn't do, but I do anyways? Sometimes I wash it all down with Coca-Cola. Num, num, num. Nothing better than a Mars bar and Coke. It's like horrible for you. I'm probably giving myself the diabetes, but like I like it. It feels good to me. It's a nice combination. I don't do it often, but goddamn, when I do, it feels wrong. It feels like I'm doing something wrong, but it feels right at the same time. How could something so wrong feel so right?
In high school, once in a while, my father would give me $5 for lunch. And I would go like can of Pepsi, chip, and May West.
That's right.
Like
classic.
Classic Quebec, man.
That's fantastic. You even went for the Pepsi too, Fred. You didn't even go for the Coke.
Listen, the English guys were going with the Mars bar and the Coke.
Yeah. Why Pepsi, Fred? Why not Coke?
And you know what the Italian guys were going
Whatever
with?
was
The
available.
mortadella
Man.
and the brio, man.
All right, good.
Right now, this is what I drink. I drink Esca water, H2O.
Yeah, well,
The
this
best
is what
water
I'm
Nice.
drinking right now. Look at this. This is actually really good. This is Cherry Bite. Okay, it's a new drink from Barks. It's super good. It's really,
From
really
what?
good. It's a Barks. You know Barks? They make like root beer.
Oh, Barks.
So this drink is called Cherry Bite. It's like a. If you guys have ever had cherry if you ever had cherry Dr Pepper, it tastes exactly like that. It's really good. Cherry
I
I
don't
don't
Bite.
think
drink
I
much soft drink anymore.
I like
the
the
only time
sugar
I
from
drink
candy.
cherry.
No, I
Listen,
drink mostly my sugar. Like I don't eat a lot of candy or like I don't eat candy really. When I'm having sugar, like the sugar that goes into me, the bad sugar, it's all the brown fizzy liquids.
Yeah, but Dave, when you have cherry drinks, you gotta have that with a smoked meat sandwich. I don't understand how you could do that. You can't have one without the other. It just
Yeah, you
doesn't
can.
work.
I do it.
No, you
I do it
can't.
all the time. It's fine.
You're doing it wrong, man.
How much smoked meat am I supposed to be eating? It's ridiculous.
Actually, I'm kind of
H2O.
missing a good smoked meat.
Rem Puya says hello from Mizoram, India. Nice.
India! Yeah.
Thank you
Hey.
for watching all the way out in India. Pretty cool. We love it.
India, man.
What
Corey
time is it over there?
Sanhagen. Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Corey
what time
Has
is
to
it?
be like
Sanhagen.
7 a.m., something like that.
Time in India. It can't be the same time across the whole country. 8:43 a.m. How many time zones are in India? One time zone. Oh, there is. We're just one time in the whole country. It's 8:43 a.m. in India right now. Corey Sanhagen, Aljamain Sterling are in the cage. Aljamain's got that nice hair going. He took off his sweet gold chain. I like Aljamain's look. I like the gold chain. It's nice. He's always got a cool haircut. See? Aljamain Sterling. Cool look. I like the way he looks. That other guy, Sean O'Malley, ridiculous look. Didn't like that one. All right? I'm a pro wrestling
Dave.
guy. I'm a pro wrestling guy. The look is very important to me. Patrick C. Hamilton dropped in the chat. Thank you, Patrick. He says, things go better with Coke. And they do. And you can just ask John Jones about that. Yeah, I knew it was coming. You bastard.
John Jones definitely agrees with that.
Yeah, of course. Everything
steal
goes
my
better
lines,
with
Dave.
Coke.
Don't be like Dave. Don't be like those other sports guys that's always stealing my lines, man.
Who are you guys picking for this fight? Real quick, it just started. I'm gonna go with
Sanhagen, man, is the prospect of the future.
Yeah,
bro.
I
Let's
think
be
I picked
honest.
Sanhagen before this fight.
He's
But as soon as
28
it
years
starts,
old.
Sterling's looking really good. But I think
Yeah,
I picked
exactly.
Sanhagen.
I'm going to go with Sterling just because of this
Oh,
start.
that's not right, Fred. I think you're
Hey,
cheating.
look.
I think on Thursday when we
Hey, listen,
previewed
it might be
Sterling's
over.
on his back. He's got a body triangle. He's got him
I'm not
fully
even
back
there
mounted. He's putting on the squeeze. Good God Almighty. We are like 40 seconds into this fight, and
I'm not
Sanhagen
even
is in a
there.
world of trouble. Sterling's got his back.
Okay.
He's got
I'm
a
like
body
minute
triangle
behind.
on him, and he's working for that rear naked choke. But Sanhagen is turning into him, and he's got to turn in. He just got to keep scooting his hips and turn in, but Aljamain just brought him back to the side where he needs him. But you see Sanhagen, he's lower now. Now it's harder for Aljamain to choke him, but now Aljamain getting back on his back. Oh, there you go. Now he's got him under the chin.
Yeah,
It's over
yeah.
now. It's over, baby. That's a rear naked choke.
He tapped.
It's over. Tap, tap, tap. 3 minutes, 32 seconds
What?
left in the first round. Wow, it's over. Whoa.
impressive,
Aljamain
so.
Sterling looked really good. He was moving really well. He went
not
really
sure.
strong. Sanhagen didn't even know. He did tap a little bit, but he did go unconscious. He doesn't know where he's at right now. He got choked
Man, that
out. Rear
sucks.
naked choke, first round. Aljamain Sterling. I'm happy with that, man. Aljamain Sterling, Corey Sanhagen. This is a big fight in the bantamweight division. Somebody had to make a statement. Aljamain Sterling made that statement. I think Aljamain Sterling and Peter Yan should have been the bantamweight title fight. I'm not really sure why Jose Aldo slid in instead. I felt like Sterling and Yan were the number one contenders. They should have been fighting for the title. And now Aljamain Sterling with this win over Corey Sanhagen, who was a serious prospect on a good win streak, a really good fighter. Sterling now putting him to sleep in the first round in under 2 minutes. Sterling just showed everybody he deserves to fight for the title. Forget about, I don't care whatever happens in the next fight. If Cody Garbrandt knocks out Rafael Assunção in 55 seconds, 20 seconds, 2 seconds, I don't care. I don't care. What Aljamain Sterling just did and what he's done over the past few years deserves a title shot. This guy beat Cody Stamann, choked him out. Knee-barred him, submitted him. Beat Jimmy Rivera, beat Pedro Munoz, very tough. And now, choking out the very tough Corey Sandhagen.
Listen, man.
Aljamain Sterling. Give this man a title shot, man. Give him a title shot, right?
Yeah.
You know what?
But what is Peter Yan and Aldo fighting? That's what it's going to be a lot about because...
I don't think Aldo should be getting this title fight. I think it should have been Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling from the start. And when Henry Cejudo retired, I'm pretty sure I said, wow, Peter Yan, Aljamain Sterling, that's the title fight. But they gave it to Jose Aldo for some reason because I guess he's Jose Aldo. He's a legend of the game, and people know his name. But my goodness, people will know Aljamain Sterling's name one day. He is a bad motherfucker. What a win. That was impressive.
Yeah,
like,
he's
in great shape
14-3 now, man. Yeah,
no bullshit, man. Jumped on his back, got that body triangle, worked the rear naked choke, kept working the rear naked choke. Got under the chin, bada bing, bada boom, it's over. He's got that Jamaican flag.
Big mistake by Sandhagen to turn his back. I mean, a guy was 12-1 coming in here. He has 5 wins. It's a shame because he was a top prospect. He's fucked up tonight. That's it. That's what it comes down to.
I don't think he fucked up. I think he just got beat and outmatched by Aljamain Sterling, who came in more prepared. I don't think he made many mistakes there. He just got caught.
Man. He turned his back. Listen, it's a bad one to get caught like early in the fight, man.
He turned his back.
I think
when he was against
Aljamain actually
the fence.
showed some good back control because the guy he was trying to turn back into him and end up in his guard. And Aljamain at some point got an underhook to stop him. And also, I think it showed some nice back control from Aljamain there.
And when Sandhagen rolled back to get to his knees, Sterling followed him. And that's when he was able to readjust. When Sterling had him and when Sterling's back was to the mat, Sandhagen was starting to escape. And then when Sandhagen made his roll to get out of the position and get back to his knees and start working his way out, Sterling followed him, readjusted, and that's where he was able to slide that arm under the chin to finish the rear naked choke. It was really nice back control. Really nice, especially holding on to the body triangle that whole time. I like to apply a body triangle, but I know that it's not easy to hold when a guy is rolling around like that so much on you. At some point, you release it. You go back to your hooks, you readjust, you try to snap it back in. But his body triangle was high, it was tight, it was really solid. The knee flexibility, the leg flexibility there, you can't underestimate. Very strong stuff there from Sterling. I was impressed that he was able to hold the body triangle for as long as he did, while Sandhagen was really fighting to escape it. That was really nice.
Well, the thing is, he wasn't completely flat on his back with that body triangle. He was like on the side, so he was using his shoulders and whatnot. So there wasn't a lot of pressure on Aljamain. So the thing is that it was executed perfectly, man. He had it high. He arced his back, man. There was no turning back. Once he got that arm under his chin, it was all done. But like I said, it was just a mistake, like right off the bat, of turning your back. And you know what? Sterling took advantage of it. He climbed him, and it worked in his favor. But you know what? It's unfortunate because, like Sandhagen, you got a guy who's beat Rafael Assunção, a guy who's like really a promising guy at 28 years old. And before I made a mistake earlier. I was saying that Neil Magny was a guy that usually goes to decisions, but really it's Sterling. Like out of his last 9 fights, 7 of them have gone to the judges. So tonight, man, he looked good. He looks a lot bigger than he usually does, man, but he looks solid. He looks, and man, he made a statement.
Physically imposing. Like,
man, he's imposing big time.
Interview right now, and like he's always been in good shape, but he's looking pretty muscular right now.
He looks super jacked. His his chest is like really pronounced. Like he looks like a pro wrestler at this point. He looks
his shoulders also.
Yeah, he's huge. Yeah. Sterling looked huge. He looked really strong. He looked like a different weight class than Sandhagen too. I mean, I'm looking at the replay here, and like he just looks thicker, stronger. He just bullied Corey Sandhagen. It's really impressive. I want to see him fight Peter Yan. That's the fight, man. That's the fight. Anybody picking Jose Aldo to beat Peter Yan? I'm not.
Peter Yan is a beast, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Jose Aldo is past his prime also, I think.
That's it. But he's getting a title shot. Coming off his first fight at bantamweight that he technically lost. Right? He lost the decision, but they're giving him a title shot.
Yeah, I don't have the audio on, but at the beginning it looked like Aljamain didn't like something Joe said, and then he started dancing at the end of the interviews. I'm not too sure what Joe asked him, but for a moment he made a face where I was like, oh, he didn't like that question or what?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear it either. They keep talking about that Peter Yan Jose Aldo fight, but they haven't told us when it is. Right? And I think it's going to happen on Fight Island because Aldo can't come to the States from Brazil. So they're talking about doing it on Fight Island, which, like, when is that going to happen? Is UFC 251 going to be on Fight Island?
That's what he's saying, so we'll see if it happens. Like, he's saying that it's going to happen no matter what. There's a lot of costs behind it and whatnot, but it's supposed to happen for 251.
Is it?
Dana was talking about, it's supposed to, he was talking about, like, everything's in place. Yes, it was expensive to get planes and to get this and to get that and to secure the island and whatnot. He goes, but I made
Instead of spending that, spend on your fighters.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Freddie.
Dana.
But you know what? I know, man, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm seeing
if you
here.
Give me some jabroni main event. I won't care where it is. Like, give me, like, Fight Island. Like, I want to see a good fight. I don't care where it happens.
June 27th, Dave.
What?
That's what it says here. It's supposed to be the June 27th card. That's
well, I don't know.
For, Fight Island.
I'm seeing here that Dana White told TMZ that July 11th, UFC 251 will be on Fight Island. And he also said that TMZ is going to get the first pictures of Fight Island, and those are going to come this week.
Wow.
So at some point this week, we're going to have the first images of Fight Island, and maybe they'll actually announce a pay-per-view main event for UFC 251.
Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris.
Now they're showing a Bruce Lee
the
clip for ESPN 30 for 30 Bruce Lee. I thought ESPN only did 30 for 30s on athletes, not movie guys.
Why are you hating on Bruce Lee, man?
I'm not, but like
what's up, Dave? Bruce Lee today?
Well,
what the heck?
I mean, he wasn't a professional athlete.
Chuck Norris right now, man.
Well,
legendary fight scene.
Just to let you know,
who did Bruce Lee ever beat for real? Who did Bruce Lee ever really beat for real?
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. In this scene here, if you talk to Chuck Norris, obviously he said in his interview way back, he says that Bruce Lee, when they were fighting, busted his arm. So you know what? You can say all you want, but Bruce Lee broke Chuck Norris's arm, man.
Well, by accident. It wasn't a real fight. This is choreographed. It's a movie. What the fuck are you talking about?
He busted his arm with a kick.
So?
Get the fuck out, man.
How about I throw three kicks at your arm? How about I throw 3 kicks at your arm and see if it doesn't break?
Time out both of you, okay? Time out both of you. Dave, you're right, but you're also the pro wrestling fan. So, I mean, you're going a little too hard here. Bruce Lee, it's about what he brought to martial arts, man. Don't be a hater.
That's right.
What did he bring exactly? What did he bring? I'm not sure.
Enter the Dragon.
A lot of people practiced martial arts because of Bruce Lee and his movies, man.
Okay.
If it wasn't for Bruce Lee, man, the growth of martial arts would nowhere be near what it is.
I have no. I don't dislike.
He was one of the
Bruce Lee.
first mixed martial artists.
I think he's cool, but I'm not like enamored. I'm
to
too young.
appreciate him.
Yes, I'm not enamored
Yeah.
with Bruce Lee like a lot of people are. I think like I kind of don't fully get it because
You see, I
to
used
me,
to rent these kung fu movies when
Right,
I was
I
a
never-
kid, man. My
I never
grandfather
watched
would
that
rent
stuff.
them for me.
I never watched Bruce Lee
loved it.
movies. I never paid attention. I'm too young for that stuff. I don't get it. And to me, he's just a guy who did fight scenes in movies. Like, I understand that a lot of people recognize him as his godfather of martial arts, but if we're being fully honest, he never really fought anyone, and I don't know. It seems like more mythology than reality with Bruce Lee to me. But whatever. I got no problem with Bruce Lee. He's fine.
He did push-ups on
It
two
seems
fingers,
like it.
man. Come on.
One finger, Freddie. One.
Sure.
Two, man.
And look, the way he moved, obviously he was a good athlete, but I'm not sure that he was a great fighter. Like, it's not really
Listen, first of all, you're dissing
Clear.
like the dragon. You're dissing the dragon, who wasn't only a kung fu artist. He learned every type of art, including jiu-jitsu, boxing, wrestling. That's why he was so good when he would do demonstrations and fight like karate experts or boxing experts or whatnot. He fought, man, and you know what? He was able to do it because he's technically the first mixed martial artist.
Okay.
Where back
Well,
in the days,
look.
you know,
I
kung
just
fu was
think
only kung fu and
I
karate was
just think-
karate. He mixed it up.
Here's my feeling on this, AJ. Okay, and I think you'll agree with me. Okay. In this world, when people talk about martial arts, a lot of them say Bruce Lee, right? To me, Helio Gracie's up here, and Bruce Lee is like way below. Okay?
Well,
To me, Helio Gracie, the guy, you know, the Gracie family and teaching his sons and all of that, and the proliferation of Brazilian jiu-jitsu and pushing jiu-jitsu around the world and that impact, that's more impressive. To me, GSP, George St. Pierre, and then Bruce Lee. Right? I just see a lot of guys.
Look, you forgot somebody. You forgot somebody.
Look,
you
but
But without
somebody
Bruce Lee,
big
there's
important.
no George St. Pierre, I would tell you.
Well,
you're
I
right.
don't know
But
about that.
Dave,
I'd
Dave,
say
I
without
kinda agree with
Hoist
you.
Gracie, without Helio
Exactly.
Gracie, there's no George St.
Hoist,
Pierre.
yeah.
Without Bruce Lee,
Listen,
I don't know.
No. Listen, Hoist
All these
Gracie
guys-
was the guy, UFC 1, that proved that he could fight anybody in the world. UFC 1, UFC 2, UFC 3, other than the eye poke that he left, but he came back UFC 4, and he beat the best of the best with really limited rules.
So
and you know
then
what? He was 170 pounds fighting guys that were like twice his size. Hoist Gracie is the true mixed martial artist, the true guy that proved what wins in the fight game. And that's why they're
My
still doing it
opinion
today.
is that all these guys are important, but by your standard, that means that when Mark Coleman came and dominated these jiu-jitsu guys, then Mark Coleman is the greatest guy from all time. I don't think that's how it works,
Listen,
man.
That's not how it
man.
works,
All
AJ.
those guys-
And look, I just
They're all
want to.
important.
I want to
How it
say
works.
this.
Look-
I want to
look at
say this.
UFC 1, that's how
My
it
martial arts training. I am in the lineage of Bruce Lee. Okay, you want to hear this, AJ? You're gonna like this. Okay, Bruce
Dude, I have a
Lee.
kung fu black belt.
Bruce Lee is a teacher of Danny Nosanto, right?
Yes.
Danny Nosanto is an instructor of Phil Jelena.
Phil Jelena.
Phil Jelena is an instructor of Dave Simon. Okay? So you look at the lineage, and I'm sure there's some sort of technique that Bruce Lee taught Danny Nosanto, that Inosanto taught Phil, that Phil taught me. So I'm sure that there's something in my arsenal that's Bruce Lee's. Okay? I'm not going to disrespect Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Because of
It's
my
called pigeon food.
my martial arts lineage, you see that I've made the connections there to Bruce Lee. And AJ, you know I'm not talking shit. That's legit, right? That's the
Yeah, it's
line there is
legit. It's
legit. And
legit.
Phil has taught me a lot of stuff.
Well, he's a sled dog brother, man.
Look,
for sure.
Phil Jelena is the man, all right? You want to talk about Canadian martial arts, you want to talk about legends. To me, Phil, like, I have more respect for Phil, you know? But, you know, I got no ill will towards Bruce Lee. I feel like I'm not too far removed from the teachings of Bruce Lee, right? But he was in an era where he didn't box professionally. There was no MMA. So I'm not sure like how real he was as like the greatest fighter of all time. Who knows?
Well,
like I feel like Judo Gene
I never
LaBelle
said he was the
maybe
greatest.
more legit.
I never said he was the greatest fighter of all time. I'm just saying he's been very influential to martial arts, and
Sure.
you can't take away
But
his
I think,
influence.
Back in the day, a guy like who was around back then? Like Vern Gagne, right? In the 1970s. Say Vern Gagne walked into Bruce Lee. They got
wrestling again?
Yeah, pro wrestler, but he was also a legitimate amateur wrestler. Or Gerald Briscoe, right? Okay? Gerald Briscoe. Gerald Briscoe in the 1970s would have turned Bruce Lee into a fucking pretzel. Okay? I'm just saying,
Listen.
back then, he was a bad man, but he wasn't the baddest man on the planet. There were much badder men
Maybe
out
Bruce
there,
Lee was-
and a lot of them were in
maybe
Oklahoma,
Bruce Lee-
brother.
Dave, I'm going to tell you
Look,
something.
Conor McGregor doesn't have much grappling, and he became a legend, man. Bruce Lee could have been a legend, man. And Johnny North's got the best answer on the chat where he goes, not going to disrespect Bruce Lee after you already did.
Yeah, whatever.
That's you, Dave. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't give a shit.
Listen, Dave, I'm going to tell you a little
I'm
story.
giving you
Bruce
my
Lee,
honest opinion, okay? I'm not part of this Bruce Lee idol worship. I don't worship him as this great martial arts guy. I have other martial arts heroes, and you know.
Who, David Carradine?
No.
Did I tell you I almost got into a fight with David Carradine back in
Norris?
the days?
Yeah, come on. All right, we got Rafael Assunção taking on Cody Garbrandt. They are
Norris is
in
amazing.
the octagon.
I mean,
I've got
Bruce Lee
He looks
defeated
good.
a giant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, man. Come on, Dave. Dave is with the Steven Seagal days, man. He's too young to understand Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris. Tell him about Steven Seagal, man.
I'll tell you
Nico,
about
he's
Steven
gonna know.
Seagal. Exit wounds. DMX would whoop all their asses. All right? All right? Where my dog's at? Ow! Ow! D.
All right, I got Assunção. We
Me
all
too.
do, I think. No.
Yeah, we all got Assunção.
Yeah, we all took him. He looks good. He's looking like in good shape here. He's got a nicely trimmed beard.
Who are you
Looking
talking
good.
about?
But don't
Garbrandt or
forget- don't
Assunção?
forget Assunção. But
They both
remember,
have
Cody's
beards.
28 years old, man. And you're looking at Assunção. He's 37 years old, bud. 37. You sure I took Assunção on Thursday? I thought
Yeah.
I said Cody.
I think we all took Assunção. You want to take Cody now? You want to change your pick? Change your pick. Go ahead. Cody's not going to win. What you got, AJ?
Let me think about this.
You can't think about
What
it.
did I
The fight's
choose?
about to start. AJ will give you his pick after the fight.
Ah, man, this is a tough
Freddie
one.
and I are
I'm
both
with-
going with Assunção.
You know what? I'm going with Cody this time. He needs it.
So that's
Former
your pick,
champion.
man. Cody.
I'm not gonna flip flop like
Yeah,
Dave.
you're
I'm
going with Cody. I didn't flip flop. You flip flop because you picked Assunção, and now you're going with Cody, and I've gone with Assunção the whole time.
I think I kind of flip flop when I picked Sterling earlier, so I won't hate on you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thanks.
I love
It
flip
happens,
flops.
man. This is a watch along. We're allowed to do this stuff. You know?
We can do whatever we want. Oh, it's Keith Peterson. Is he drinking?
Smell his breath, man.
Somebody
his breath.
smell his breath. He does look pretty red faced, though. I will admit. It could be a sunburn or something, but his face is
Or high
rather
blood
red.
pressure.
He does look very red, though, doesn't he? So Keith Peterson, when Dominic Cruz lost to Cejudo there, Cruz thought it was an early stoppage, and he said Keith Peterson smelled like cigarettes and booze in the cage. and I'm looking at Keith Peterson right now, and his face is pretty red, guys. I don't want to say that he's drinking, but he is pretty red faced.
I just
Look,
want to
man,
say
with
to
the-
his
with the
defense,
lights.
John Anik, who's the commentator with Dominic Cruz, took what's his name, the referee? He took his defense. He said that he was a very professional guy and all that. So
He looks it.
I
He
think
looks
there might
it,
have
man.
been some sour grapes from
Yeah, I don't
maybe
know.
he smokes, maybe he drinks. I doubt he's drunk before the fight. I hope not.
I doubt it, man. Look,
I doubt it. That would be pretty crazy. But
And Cruz lost
some
that
people
fight,
have
man.
some people are alcoholics and they need alcohol to live. and they drink all the time. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. It happens.
You know, if you
But
drank the
I
day
doubt it.
before, it might come out of your pores.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just say.
Just like olive oil in the early days of like the UFC. No names mentioned. So hard to grapple with those slippery olive oil guys.
What are you talking about?
You don't know that story? Okay,
I
won't
know
say
the
it because
story.
I
We
won't
all
These
say
know.
it.
guys in Montreal.
Oh,
What?
AJ.
Freddie, don't let the cat out of the bag.
AJ, why are you exposing people's secrets? It's not cool. Garbrandt and a Sun Tzu. First round, 3 minutes 16, 15,
Cody's
14,
looking good.
13.
Cody's looking good. He's looking good, man.
Not much has happened.
His leg kick's got on the mark.
Cody
That's
to me
Yeah.
looks
his
bigger.
kicks.
You know,
He
he's
does look a bit
taller,
bigger, actually.
There's no way he's
thicker.
taller, Fred. Oh, like taller than a Sun Tzu or taller than the last time you
Yeah,
saw
exactly.
him? Okay, taller than
Yeah,
a Sun
taller
Tzu
than
makes
us, us, us.
sense.
Yeah. Come on, Cody. 11-3, man. Let's make it 12-3.
AJ wants Cody to win.
You know what? Because he's like...
What? You didn't even
You
finish
just
that.
want to be able to
what did
say
I
you're
say?
right.
Oh, I was gonna say he's marketable, man. Like, you know, it's just whoa, nice kick by
Is he?
Asensio with this like. Exciting.
See, when you say Garbrandt, the first thing that comes to mind to me is when he told everybody at a press conference, TJ Dillashaw showed everybody at Team Alpha Male how to do drugs. That was my you tell me Cody Garbrandt, that's what comes to my mind, is that time that he said something similar to that. I'm paraphrasing, but that's how I got it.
Is Dillashaw going to come back to fight after that 2-year suspension for the blood doping?
I'm sure he will.
God damn. Pretty
Look, O'Malley was
disgraceful.
out for
Pretty
2 years.
disgraceful.
Listen, O'Malley was up for like drug issues and hip surgery. He was out for 2 years, so why not? And look how he looked tonight, Dave. He
was
awesome.
on that, what's it called? EPO? What's that stuff
Isn't that
called?
like
Dillashaw? Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say IPO, but that's something else. That's for stocks.
Blood
EPO
I'm not an expert.
EPO is the
EPO
drug.
is-
IPO is an initial something offering product.
I thought EPO was that like you know that dim max stuff that they use like in martial arts now where they touch you. It's EPO or EFO or something like that. Some weird
EPO is
Gallbladder
it's
number
short
16.
for erythropoietin. That's why they call it EPO. And an IPO is an initial public offering for when you're starting when you're turning your company public from a private company. IPO. It's a type of public offering in which shares of a company are sold to institutional investors and usually also retail investors. Shit. Look at this. Finance information on the show.
And GSP will know what UFO is. Believe me.
We all know what UFOs are, AJ.
No. Not like George, my friend.
Only
Not
George.
like
George has seen them.
I mean, 2020
I think
has
he's
been
been
so
on.
crazy. I predict UFOs might come this year.
Yeah, this is the year, right?
I mean,
Okay.
if it's gonna happen,
home?
it's gonna be this year.
First round in the books. I don't know, Fred. How you scoring it?
Don't start saying
You
that
go to
shit,
me,
man.
Tough round to judge.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
I'm
man.
gonna go with Garbrandt because I
Yeah.
had the impression that he was mostly like taking the center of the cage and.
He was a bit more
dictating where-
engaging.
But
Not much happened.
it's not. Yeah, exactly. It's not as if somebody really dominated this round.
No, but it's a decent start for Gabrin. You know, so let's
Would
And
you
this
call
is an example of a round where
What did
I
I say?
think half points
Gabrin?
would be good because this should be a 10, 9.5.
Yeah, like if you want to give that round to a Sun Tzu, give it to a Sun Tzu. You want to
Come
call
on,
it a
Dave,
draw?
are you joking?
Call it a draw. I'd say probably Cody Garbrandt because he landed
Sure,
leg kicks.
he got it. He got the first round.
That seemed to do damage, but Barely. He got the first round, but not by much. Let's see what happens
But you
in
never
round
know
two.
according
Round
to
two starting.
You never know according to the judges, right?
Well, that's it. You have no idea. I mean, you thought Rocco Martin won the fight, but he did not. Judges gave it unanimously to Magny. Whoa. Asuncao goes for a spin kick. Cody follows him to the ground. Asuncao spins back to his feet, but is met with a kick to the head from Cody. That was a cool little exchange. Apparently, the UFC website has unofficial stats with Asuncao 13-7 in total strikes landed in the first round. So, AJ, you're so adamant that Garbrandt won. Asuncao apparently landed more strikes. But a lot of people score in the first round for Cody Garbrandt. So, I don't know, man. I'm telling you, that first round is a lot closer than you may have thought. But I think you could call it either way. And it's, a fight, one of those rounds that could go either way, that could be the deciding factor in the whole fight. This is the co-main event, right?
Yep.
Nice. Nunes and Spencer coming up next. Yeah. A lot of finishes.
2 quick finishes. So.
Yeah. A lot of finishes on this card, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 finishes of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 fights. 6 out of 10 got finished. That's pretty good. Doesn't happen every UFC card. That's a good percentage. And let's see, 6 out of 10. I think I could do the math on what percentage that is. That's 60%. Hey, Fred? Does that check out?
6 out of 10?
Sounds good.
6 out of 10, that's 60%, right?
Come on, man. Do I really need to confirm that for you?
No. Yeah, so 60% of the fights have finished. Yeah, man, there's always comments.
So spill
different
them out, man.
different
I can't see the
emojis,
comments tonight.
different emojis, different things going on. People telling me to respect Bruce Lee, all sorts of things happening.
You hear? Listen to the network, man. Listen to our universe.
I see Thomas Mitchell on the chat, Ethan Hardy, Acme Tunes, Johnny North is there, dissing me as always, Franco 316.
Did he remind you of the bagels?
Patrick C. Hamilton, of course. Don't forget to hit us up on that super chat. If you have any questions, you have any comments, hit us up on that super chat. Anything you want us to read on the show, we'll do it on the super chat. Hello, Pedro Gonzalez.
Pedro. Vote for Pedro.
A lot of people joining us here tonight. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Don't forget, hit us up on that super chat. Click that $, support the Ringside Report Network. Support our sponsors as well. Manscaped, manscaped.com, promo code Ringside20 for 20% off plus free shipping on all your Manscaped orders. Go to manscaped.com. You will not regret it. Fantastic product. Protect yourself on the internet with IP Vanish. You need a secure VPN. IP Vanish is a secure VPN. Go to vpn.ringsidereport.net. Support the sponsors. Support the Ringside Report Network.
And don't forget Ruddy Lad and Stitcher.
Well, Ruddy Lad is not an official sponsor of the Ringside Report Network. But Stitcher is.
No,
yeah, all right, AJ. But yeah, whatever. Stitcher is. Stitcher Premium. Go to Stitcher.com/premium, promo code Ringside for a free month of Stitcher Premium. Stitcher.com/premium, promo code Ringside. Oh! Asuncao just got dropped there by Cody. Cody landed a good punch.
He's throwing nice combinations,
Cody's
man.
looking
He's
good in this second round here.
He is. Yep. And he's quick on his feet, man. He's moving around. It's great.
Yeah, he's got very good footwork.
Asuncao, he throws like that left, and he looks stiff every time he throws it. He's very boxy in his defense as well, which is kind of strange. He's throwing those nice back kicks, or spinning back kicks, but they're going nowhere.
Cody slid in with a nice left hand there. About 20 seconds left in the second round. This is Cody's round.
You know,
I was expecting Asuncao to make this a little uglier. You know, Asuncao letting Cody kind of take the outside.
Sorry.
Oh!
Said it a little before.
Oh!
What's happening,
Dang!
man?
It's
we have
over,
still 30
baby.
seconds.
It's
What?
over.
Don't
It's
tell
over,
me.
man.
Don't say
Wait
it.
for it.
Don't
You'll
say
see it.
man.
You'll
Don't
see it in
say
a second there, buddy.
I'm at 28 seconds here. What's happening, man?
Let's see AJ react to what we all just saw. By God.
He almost
You're
fell off the
stressing me.
stool. You saw that?
Oh, yeah.
They put him on the stool and he almost fell. Oh, he fell again.
Oh,
Somebody
man.
help him.
Yeah, hold on.
What's happening here? What the? I'm at 12 seconds here. What's going on here?
Don't worry, AJ.
Just let him sit on the ground, man. Poor guy.
Damn. Knocked unconscious.
Holy shit, man!
You're so far
Wow.
behind.
What the hell, man? Did you see how he wound up with that? He took it from the ground, and just went
that
with
was
a heavy
powerful,
right.
man.
Jesus,
there was
Rudy,
so
that's a
much
sledgehammer
power.
punch. Cody is
Big power. That was really fast. That was really nice. Wow. Impressive.
Wow, I see what you're
Big
talking
right
about,
hook.
Freddie.
Wow,
He fell
boom.
off the stool. He fell off
Yeah.
the
You
stool
know what, man?
again.
Nothing. He couldn't do
Jesus.
nothing to take Aljamain's spot.
No.
Wow.
If,
That's
if
not it.
Aldo and Yan are fighting, man, Cody and Aljamain should fight in the meantime.
Okay.
Man, did he put out his legs.
I'm down for that fight.
Hey,
That's a good fight.
Jesus, man. He's going to lie down on the ground, this poor guy. He is seeing the stars.
Wow. Right at the end of the second round there.
Jesus.
Knocked
what?
unconscious. That was awesome. Huge win for Cody Garbrandt. He's lost 3 in a row. He needed this win to turn his career around. If he lost this fight, he was done. At 28, he would have been done. You lose 4 in a row, it's hard to come back. But obviously, going with Mark Henry there, great boxing coach.
Jesus.
He's turned his game around. He looked really good there. And he picks up a second-round knockout over a very tough Rafael Asuncao. And now, but Asuncao had also lost a couple in a row, so let's not pretend like Asuncao was at the top of his game at 37 years old after a couple straight losses. But this was a huge win for Cody Garbrandt.
But it's
And
such a weird...
It definitely puts him back in the title picture, the former champion for sure. I guess he could fight Aljamain Sterling. I think Sterling deserves a title shot at this point, but Freddie is right. You know, we got to wait for Peter Yan and Jose Aldo to fight, and if they're not fighting soon, well, maybe you could get Aljamain and Garbrandt to fight on the co-main event of that card. But I don't know.
Wow.
I'd still give it to Aljamain Sterling. I'm still more impressed with Aljamain Sterling beating Corey Sandhagen than I am with Cody Garbrandt beating Rafael Asuncao at this point.
Man. Listen, man, this is almost like KO of the year at this point. What a knockout, man.
That's a very
And you know
nice
what?
KO for sure.
Yeah, that's got to be the KO of the year at this point. And I'm telling you, Asuncao, when he threw the punch to get knocked out, I don't know what he did. He kind of like went into this boxy form and threw like a right hook, and he kind of went down, like almost like as if he was going for a body punch. I don't know what he did, and he left his face just so open to get knocked out. It was such a sloppy like punch from Asuncao, and that's what happens, man. He had no defense whatsoever throwing that punch. I'm kind of surprised, kind of amateurish.
I don't know. Knockout of the year. That was a good one. But I actually have... Guys, we're going to do the very best year-end show that anyone has ever seen because I have a list of the best of the year already in front of me that I've been compiling since January. Okay?
Bravo, Dave.
That's the dedication. And so far, my nominees for Knockout of the Year, Conor McGregor on Donald Cerrone, UFC 246.
That was a good one.
Cody Garbrandt on Rafael Asuncao tonight. That's on the list. But I think Knockout of the Year will probably be, unless something crazy happens, Francis Ngannou on Jairzinho Rozenstruik from UFC 249. That was nasty. That was disgusting.
Yeah, that was scary, man.
Come on.
That was scary.
I mean, this knockout was good.
Very nice also, but
this one was really good, but it's hard to compete with a Francis Ngannou knockout. Those knockouts are insane. But this punch was really sweet from Cody Garbrandt.
Oh
The
yeah,
torque
beautiful.
and everything,
Okay.
really nice. Really nice.
I mean, the after effects
Okay.
were just like, as you saw, you couldn't even sit on the stool. They had to lie him out on the
Exactly.
ground, man. This guy is gonna be walking out of the octagon straight to the hospital to get like a CT scan, and then for the next couple of days you'll be like popping Tylenol. Cody is back, 12-3, man. I called it. Listen to AJ, you'll make some money.
See? And these are the messages we're going to get from AJ over the next week. See, I told you guys, Cody Garbrandt, even though on Thursday when we were previewing this card, you picked Rafael Assunção, but because
I don't know
like
about
2
that. I
minutes
don't know about
before
that.
the card, you're like, yeah, Cody Garbrandt, now you're some genius.
Hey man, it's not my fault, dude. It's not my fault. It's a curse, but I don't know how I get them right all the time.
You don't. You've picked against John Jones his past 5 fights, and he's won them all. You're not right all the time.
Whoa. With Dominic Reyes, I'm still like questionable about that.
Yeah, well, he
You know
lost,
what?
didn't he? He
He
lost.
lost.
I don't know about that.
You
I don't know
picked.
about
You
that.
picked. Okay, AJ, and I'm not even kidding. You picked. You picked probably OSP to beat John Jones. You picked Daniel Cormier to beat John Jones. I know you picked
Wow,
Alexander. Okay,
Daniel Cormier,
the past
come
4 at least. The past 4 you've picked against John Jones. You thought Gustafsson would beat Jones. He didn't. You thought Anthony Smith would beat Jones. He didn't. You thought Thiago Santos would beat Jones. You thought
Well,
Dominic
that
Reyes
was
would beat
close, man.
Jones. Nobody beat
think you
John
won on
Jones,
that.
AJ. Nobody beat him. Yet you come here and say you're always right. You thought Alexander Gustafsson would beat John Jones.
Look.
I'm looking.
I gotta review that episode just to make sure I did say that.
You got to review a lot of things. You thought Freddie was doing all the math this past Thursday. It's like you watch the shows over again and you still don't know what happened on the show.
I thought Freddie
Because
was
he only
doing
watches
the
this
calculations.
part.
Exactly. He only focuses on what he says. That's the thing with AJ.
Yeah, exactly.
AJ only focuses on AJ. He doesn't actually listen to the other people on the show.
No.
No.
I do.
I don't know about that. What do you think, Fred?
Let's see. Who do we get for the last one? Did anybody go with Spencer here?
No?
Of course not.
Why would you?
Unless you want to change your mind.
Who was telling me that they went with Spencer? I think it was my brother. He was like, she's got to win. She's from Montreal.
I'll tell you this.
But she's not
Felicia
really
Spencer-
from Montreal. She was born in Montreal, but lives
Felicia
in Miami.
Spencer is younger than Amanda Nunes by 3 years. Nunes' last fight, she didn't look amazing against Jermaine Durandamy. So you could say that maybe she's hit her peak. And when you hit your
Dave,
peak,
come on.
you start to fall down. Now, I'm
Come
not saying
on,
that this
How
is
about
true.
50
I'm just
how
making
about
a
51
case. I'm trying to make a case for Felicia Spencer and the outside chance that she has. She's younger, and Amanda Nunes didn't look as good in her last fight as she had in her previous 4 or 5, right? You look at the Ronda Rousey fight, the Shevchenko fight, Pennington, Cyborg, Holly Holm. I mean, she knocked out most of them, and then she went to a decision with Jermaine Durandamy. I don't know if Amanda Nunes had the best fight last time out, right? She didn't look as good as she has
Styles
in the
make
past.
matchups. And
Okay.
Jermaine is a
Listen.
tough matchup. Because striking-wise, she's one of the best female strikers out there. But Amanda still managed to impose herself and win in the end. So I think,
but
style-wise, that was a tough matchup. Because Amanda, she's great and all, but maybe not like the wrestling needed to bring a Jermaine to the ground or...
But let's think about it. Do you think she's a better striker than Cyborg was? Let's not forget 51 seconds KO of Cyborg. Let's not forget that. And you know what? Spencer doesn't have like a
Amanda's a
stand-up
legend.
game. Her game is really like it's not bad, but really her grappling game is what it's all about. Like half her career wins have come from submission. So look, if it stands up, Amanda is gonna knock her out. 51 seconds KO of Cyborg, 48-second KO of Ronda Rousey. Tonight it's going to be around that same time. It's going to be in the 50 to 60-second mark, and that's going to be the end of the fight. Amanda Nunes is coming out on fire. Mind you, this is her second fight, right? At featherweight. Her only second fight. So, you know what? Anything's possible.
Yeah, what
Everybody
happened to
loses.
Russell Crowe? Shit.
What happened?
He's fat.
Where is he?
Yeah, right?
Gladiator.
Russell Crowe looks like he ate Russell Crowe. What happened?
He gladiated her.
I mean, I won't judge because this confinement thing is hurting me a lot, man. I might have to buy a new gi because I'm not sure my old gis will.
Hey, listen, you can do that.
Well, stop
new
eating
look,
that tub of jelly beans, Fred. What are you doing, buddy?
Man, it's that European look where everything is super tight, you know?
Nice. Classy. Yeah, that's your look,
Yeah,
AJ.
but it doesn't look good when you put on 20 pounds.
And it's hanging from the side. You got those tires hanging out the side. Listen, man.
I'm starting to
everybody's
look
in the
like
same spot.
okay. What was the name of Jericho's old dude there?
Ralphus.
You know what? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm starting to look at. I'm gonna have to buy my T-shirts a size larger because I'm gonna look like that soon.
Oh, that's great. Freddie, let's grow our hair and go as Earthquake and Typhoon for Halloween. I bet by October we'll be as big as them. We have to stay inside for any longer. We're going to be the natural disasters at some point. AJ doesn't know. AJ's laughing. Again, AJ laughs. He doesn't know. He doesn't get the reference.
No,
AJ,
man. I was
who
looking
are the
at
natural
the
disasters?
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
The natural disasters, I'm going to tell you right now. Russell Crowe and Steven Seagal with their weight. That's a natural disaster right there.
You were close, so I'll give you half points for that.
Thank you.
Amanda Nunes, Felicia Spencer, main event coming up. Next.
I can't wait to see Zhang Wei Li fight again, man.
Why are you talking
She
about
should
her?
be on a card because I just saw her name come up. Aren't you guys watching the same thing?
Well, we're way ahead of you.
Pound?
So whatever you're talking about, we've already seen. So I don't know what you're talking about.
David. What's up?
AJ,
What's up on the menu?
AJ.
What's on the menu
What?
for this week?
Pizza, chicken, some
Can't
salmon.
wait till we have our barbecue.
I had some nice salmon for dinner. Some salmon and brown rice and a salad. See how healthy I am,
What?
guys? How about that? You like
Jesus. I'm
Yeah.
impressed, man.
Yesterday I had
I can't-
pizza, but today I had
I can't
salmon
w-
and brown rice. So
Freddie, I want to go to KFC, man. I can't wait. Freddie, we got to get to KFC at some point.
I don't go to KFC no more. I got this better
No.
local place.
Oh, really? Yeah. I
Freddie's
remember
got all
now.
the spots. Freddie knows.
Well,
I
Freddie
had,
brought us to a great. Freddie brought us to a great restaurant for breakfast out in the South Shore. There. What's it called again, Fred? Give him a shout out because that place was awesome. Freddie, do it, man. What's the
Personal
problem?
little quiet place.
Yeah, Freddie doesn't want to reveal.
But it's
Fred?
so good, man.
Fred, do you think if you give out the name of the place in the South Shore that people are gonna just like stalk the place waiting for you to show up? Plus, at this point,
No,
Fred.
it's more about AJ just giving free publicity to everybody, man.
Okay.
What are you
man.
talking about? It's such a good place, man.
That's not how it works, man. I pay
Well,
for my meals. Give me a
is it-
free meal, I'll give you a
Is it an independent
Publicity.
shop or is it part of a chain, Fred?
independent.
And they're probably not in business. They're probably hurting right now. You don't want to give them a free plug. You don't want to help them out. A Freddie
Good point,
Garcia.
Dave.
It's a
Good
good.
point, Dave.
man.
What's it called?
What's it called?
Dillis Express.
There you go, Dillis Express. I thought you might want to
Thank
give them a
you,
shout out so that they might be able to continue serving you food when the pandemic is over and restaurants can open up again. Restaurants
And
are
they're
going to
gonna see
open
you
up
come
again
in?
soon, right? Like, well, everything seems to be opening up, but
June
not
15,
restaurants,
I
right?
think.
June 15th,
I
yeah.
think June 15. I'm not sure, but I think
I don't.
so.
I'm not sure.
Maybe at
about
like
that,
half
man.
capacity or something. I don't know.
I don't know, man. The only thing I want to know is when I'm allowed to touch somebody and I'm going to do jiu-jitsu in my backyard. That's
Yes.
the plan. I got the mats.
Yeah, I had dinner with.
But right now, I'm not allowed to touch anybody. So
I had dinner with my family and my brother the other day for the first time in like several months, and I didn't get close to them or nothing, but I'm starting to think, well, I had dinner with my brother, so it's only a matter of time before I could start doing some jiu-jitsu with him when we could roll. So I think I'm pretty close to rolling, guys. I don't mean to make you jealous, but I do think that I'm going to start rolling with my brother in the next couple of months It's gonna happen. And then I'm going to be back doing jiu-jitsu, and I'm going to send you pictures of me rolling, and it's going to be great. I can't wait. I cannot wait to get back on the mats. Oh, my God. Just my feet.
I got a basement here, so I could always do
Yeah.
it underground in my basement,
That's right.
which might be a possibility.
If you're a grappler, you know the feeling when your bare feet touch the mat, like, you hit the mat and you're like, boom, it's jiu-jitsu time. It's like, it's such a great feeling, man. I don't know about you guys, but for me, like, as soon as my feet touch the mat, I'm like, I feel at home. I feel comfortable. I feel happy, It's a great feeling. I miss the mats big time.
I don't miss the staff, but I do miss the mats.
I don't know why you're getting staff so much. Your gym sounds dirty as hell, AJ. I never got staff in my life.
Because real athletes train. They're always training. They never wash.
Oh, that's gross. They should wash.
Yeah, that's kind of nasty.
There's usually showers in the gym. I don't know. There's no excuse.
But think about it.
Typically, you shower before and after.
Yeah.
But you know what? Technically,
That's
I don't know how things
etiquette.
are going to go, man. We're going to have to be like everybody Purelling themselves, Purelling their feet, man, Purelling their bodies. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. Here comes Felicia Spencer. She's in the cage. She's got the Canadian and the American flag. They are billing her as from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. That's where we are right now. That's where we are from. I know that Felicia Spencer went to high school in the United States, in Florida. I don't know how much time she actually spent here in Canada, but we'll take it, right? She's representing the Maple Leaf. They're saying that she's born here in Montreal, so maybe we could have the second Montreal-born champion in the UFC. GSP.
But does she speak?
Now
Does she speak French? Does she speak French, Dave?
I don't think so. I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. So she didn't spend much time in Montreal.
Was that Fred?
What?
Why would that
Freddie
be
say
important?
that? Mon Dieu, c'est pas possible.
Well, I don't
She
really
doesn't live in
care.
Montreal.
As long as she can beat Amanda Nunes, I mean, she doesn't have to speak English. I don't really care. I'll take her in as a
That'd be
Montrealer.
like somebody expecting me to speak Spanish because my name is Garcia, and
That's
this
right.
guy
What? You don't speak Spanish?
on this side, this side. Yeah,
See.
this guy on this side speaks better Spanish than I do.
Claro que
Dave
sí.
Simon.
Sí.
Madro de Dios.
Ay, ay, ay.
Dios
Hey.
mío.
Hi. Hey, listen. I just
Ay,
read
caramba.
that Amanda Nunes is having a kid in September. Did you know that?
She's not giving birth to the kid, though. Her wife, Nina Ansaroff, is gonna... Yeah, look, she's pregnant. She's right there. She's there in her corner there, and she's pregnant. Nina Ansaroff, who's also a UFC fighter. I think she's married to Amanda Nunes. They're definitely together.
Yeah,
I think they got
they're
married. Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Amanda Nunes is the American dream. I tweeted that earlier today. I mean, you look at her story, right? A poor girl from Brazil moves to the United States, is able to, live her truth. You know what I mean? Like, live as an out gay woman in the United States, have a family, have a wife, have a child, become a world champion, be celebrated, make millions of dollars in the UFC.
Main
Like that,
card.
that's the American dream right there. That's a beautiful thing, man. I love it. I love that Amanda Nunes can go to the States and have her freedom and make money doing the job that she loves, and as a professional athlete making millions of dollars as a female professional athlete in the United States. Like, it is a cool story. All the people she beat: Misha Tate, Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey, Cyborg. I mean, this woman is living a movie right now. She's unbelievable. She's a living legend. If you really
the
look,
conversation as
yeah,
greatest female fighter.
you really look at her story on paper,
Oh, yeah.
you see everything Amanda Nunes has done. She's incredible, man. It's amazing. I'm in awe of her. I love her story. I think she's fantastic. But I want to see her. I want to see her lose tonight so we can have another Canadian champion, brother.
Dave,
No?
Dave. But you know what? On Netflix, you have Connor's life story. You have Ronda Rousey's life story.
Yeah.
The next Netflix one we got to see is Amanda Nunes, because that, like you said, is a story.
I want that documentary to come out. That's a good story,
Netflix, get it done.
And it's not like
And
she had
sponsor us.
she had an easy road in the UFC. She had a couple losses before she became the best ever. You know, she lost to Alexis Davis back in Strikeforce in her 8th pro fight, and then she beat Raquel Paolui, and then she lost to Sarah D'Alelio, and then she won a couple fights, and then she lost to Kat Zingano in the UFC. But since losing to Kat Zingano back in 2014. She hasn't lost a single fight, and she's won 10 in a row. 10 in a row, including wins over Shayna Baszler, Sarah McMahon, Valentina Shevchenko, Miesha Tate, Ronda Rousey, Valentina Shevchenko again, Raquel Pennington, Chris Cyborg, Holly Holm, Jermaine Durandamy. Multiple world champions she's just defeated. But she didn't have an easy run, you know? She was like kind of a up and down fighter until she figured it out. And then in 2015, she beat Shayna and she was off to the races. 10 in a row, 2 world championships. It's quite a story. You know, she wasn't like somebody who came in and just smashed everybody and never lost. She's got a 19-4 record. She's lost 4 times. But on this 10-fight win streak over the past 5 years, she's done enough to become the greatest women's fighter of all time. It's pretty crazy. It's a story, man. I'm telling you. This is a movie. The Amanda Nunes story, when it's all over, will make a great, biography or documentary or whatever you want to do. She's awesome.
Man, a 2-division champion with, like, her life and story, Dave. It's, like,
It's awesome,
for sure
man.
at some point, yeah, for sure it's going to be a Netflix documentary. If it's not already going on now as we speak.
We're getting ready here. Buffer's doing the introductions. Amanda Nunes, Felicia Spencer are in the cage.
Some crazy
Spencer
dude
looks
bet
big.
$1 million on Amanda.
Yeah, somebody bet $1 million on Amanda Nunes to win
What?
166.6 thousand.
Who was that?
Which is
Do you know the
crazy.
name?
Some guy. I didn't see his name.
Wasn't it Dan Bilzerian?
No,
that
it wasn't
actually
Dan
put some heavy
Bilzerian.
money? Well, he did it the last time when he put like a heavy money and he lost.
Yeah.
I forgot what fight that was. If it wasn't the Conor fight. I can't remember, but
Yeah, didn't he put it on Cerrone?
I'm not sure. But
I thought he put
like,
it on
was like
Cerrone.
$1 million loss. Maybe because it was insane. So it's probably Dan Bilzerian again.
No, it's not.
so
It's
much
somebody
cash
else.
that guy.
It's not Dan Bilzerian. They showed his name, and his name was Nick something.
Oh, Nick.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, I know Nick.
You don't know Nick. The fight has started. We're 4 minutes, 54, 53, 52, 51, 450 in the first round. Nunes and Spencer, the main event for the UFC Women's Featherweight Championship.
Oh, it's Nick Bogdanovich. Yeah, I saw the name that you're talking about.
Yeah, who's that?
He's Polish.
You know him? How do you know?
I like to know him. If he could put down a
You
million
don't
bucks
know.
down for a fight. Listen, man, I didn't know Harvey Keitel, and I didn't know like a lot of the guys, and
Fred, what the hell is
AJ
he
knows
talking
them.
about?
Not sure. I'm watching this fight.
Man, she looks bigger, Spencer, eh?
Yeah. She got big shoulders, big biceps, but Amanda Nunes just landed a good right hand over the top. Oh, shout out to James Mancini. Boom Boom is watching.
James, boom, boom.
Shout out to you,
Good
James.
video, James. Good video with you and
Yeah.
Massimo. That was awesome. That was so funny, man. You got to do another one.
Great MMA fighter, great wrestler, good friend of the show, James Boom Boom Mancini. What's up, man? Thanks
He
for
was supposed to
watching.
be fighting. I think James was supposed to be fighting in New Jersey before the pandemic hit
Yeah.
and they canceled that fight.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I don't know when he's going to fight
Just
again,
at
James.
the limit, right? He was supposed to fight in Jersey, like just kind of mid-March, end of March, and I think the fight was like the whole world shut down on like a Thursday, and his fight was supposed to be on a Saturday. Like he missed the cutoff
right.
by like just sucks.
It's too
But
bad because
James-
there was some bad blood, like,
James,
between the two
if
of
there's
them.
no fights, he's like a comedian now. He's doing funny YouTube videos and stuff. Like the guy, big takedown. Nice trip takedown by Amanda Nunes. She got Spencer
James
inside
is very
control.
active, man.
Yeah,
He's
James
a
is
good friend of
awesome.
George St. Pierre. Him and George train together. Hey, James, while you're listening, try to get George on our show, man, so we could talk about the
Oh,
UFOs and
James
all that
says
kind of stuff.
his next fight is rescheduled for July 15th. It's going to be a
What?
closed. It's going to be a closed gym. No fans in
Where?
attendance, but he is still fighting July 15th. That's good news.
Where in the States?
I think it's in the States, yeah. So we'll
Who's the
try.
opponent? The same guy?
We'll talk to James about it. We'll get the information, but that's good, man. July 15th that he's getting a fight, and there's MMA promotions that aren't the UFC that are trying to get back to business in the next month, right? He says he doesn't know the venue, but it will be in New Jersey. So that's cool,
awesome.
man. It's cool that there are, fight promotions out there trying to put fights together, not just the UFC, UFC is the only game in town right now, but a lot of fighters out there don't fight for the UFC. Hopefully Bellator can get back into action. I know the PFL said they weren't going to start up until next spring, so that's a while. Amanda Nunes has she got Spencer down. She got her in side control. Actually, Spencer pushed her back into half guard. Nunes was trying to work a rear naked choke there against the cage, but Spencer got out of it, and now she got Nunes back in half guard, just kind of holding on. Oh, took some nasty elbows there. Nunes on top half guard. She got Spencer pinned against the fence, and she's landing a couple solid elbows on Felicia Spencer.
Like, to me, we're seeing that Amanda Nunes is a better fighter.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes is well-rounded, and she could do it all. Spencer right now, her jiu-jitsu as far as defensive is still good. She's not getting a lot of damage. She's able to stop Amanda's progress and all that. But
She's
in
cut.
the end, Amanda's just a much better fighter, much stronger, much better athlete. So I think she's just going to overwhelm her.
That's
I
right.
mean, you're talking about Felicia Spencer's jiu-jitsu, and it's like defensive, but she did just get back. She got back into guard. That was big.
Exactly.
That was big for her.
Slowing down the progress of Amanda.
But she's still taking a lot of damage. At the same time, she is cut above her left eyebrow from some of those solid elbows that Nunes was able to get through. But at the same time, Amanda Nunes took her down, started in side control, worked for the back, but Spencer was able to get her off her back, push her into half guard, back into full guard, and that's how the round ends. So Nunes definitely had some success there. Definitely a 10-9 round for Amanda Nunes. But towards the end of the round, Felicia Spencer did kind of get back into a safe position. But that's all she really did. She re-guarded while Amanda Nunes, got a big trip takedown and landed some hard elbows from the top that cut up Felicia Spencer. That's a 10-9 Amanda Nunes round. I don't care who you are scoring it. Even AJ scores it for Amanda Nunes, right, AJ?
Absolutely, man.
Even you.
Total round for Amanda. I mean, let's be honest. She played her strategy well. Amanda doesn't commit. Even when she went into full guard there, she doesn't care. It's like 10, 12 seconds left in the round. Why would you start engaging? She threw the elbows. She's won the round. You just defend, and you take it to the second round. This is where she's going to unload on her.
Yeah, I figured that Amanda Nunes would probably finish off Felicia Spencer in the first 2 to 3 rounds. I thought Spencer probably last the first, but I feel like
got it with that right.
And here we go, second round.
Right.
Second round just started. 4 minutes 51, 50, 49, 48. If you want to watch along, sync up with us. Amanda Nunes just throwing shots at her. Heavy leather. Spencer doesn't seem to have any kind of answer in the striking department. Like, her
she's a black belt in Taekwondo, so
okay.
It's not like the Taekwondo game is heavy in the striking game as opposed to the kicking game. So I don't know who is her boxing coach or not, but it's not her strong point, man.
Yeah, I could tell. some pretty awkward kind of movement, striking. She doesn't look like she's anywhere near the level. Oh man, oh, she did just land a good left hand on Amanda Nunes, but just the way she's moving around, it's just she doesn't look like she's able to hang here with Nunes. But she's moving around, she's staying elusive. Oh, but every time Amanda lands something, you just feel the impact, man. That leg kick that she just landed was nasty. Oh, God. Big right hand from Nunes. That's the thing, man. Spencer just doesn't seem like she has the power to deal with Amanda Nunes. And just the movement, she's not getting into a spot where she can land anything on her. I don't know. Amanda Nunes looks like she's enjoying herself. She's smiling. That's what I love about Amanda Nunes. She looks like she's loving the fight. Like, she looks like she really enjoys fighting. Look at her. She's got a smile. She's smiling.
Well, right now she feels in control. Like she's in her element. She's pretty much dominating. She's not like rushing to try to attack or anything. She's waiting for the opportunity to be there. So, and right now they're on the ground.
Yep. Spencer tried to take Nunes down. Amanda reversed it, took her down.
Wow.
And now she's got like a kind of like a side control type thing. I don't know what you'd call this position exactly. It wasn't quite north-south. It wasn't quite side. A little bit of both. North-side? North-side? Did I just invent a new position? It's like half north-south, half side control? Yeah, you tell me, AJ. You're the highest-ranked jiu-jitsu guy here. Was that a north-side? North-side control?
I'm behind like
give him a minute,
guys.
He's not there yet.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at like the weak defense by like Spencer, man. She has her gloves up, man, but her hands kind of tip over. It's kind of weird. Very, very loose.
She's bleeding from the head also.
Yeah. I think that's from those elbows in the first round.
The first round elbows. I see the reverse. She has side control. She's trying to
It was
go
kind
for
of a
north-south.
scramble. It wasn't much control.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like kind of side and north-south, right? North-side.
Yeah. And that's it. It's just like top control. That's it.
Because it was like a little bit of side control, a little bit of north-south.
Yep. And wow, she's dropping heavy elbows still on her. And you know what? Wow, Amanda is so like aggressive. It's ridiculous.
Why wouldn't she be, man? This is her fight, and she knows it.
Yep.
And she's super patient. She's just picking her spots. She's having fun in there. Man. Oh, spinning back fist from Nunes. I like that.
Look, if she's getting the confidence, she's going to open up with some creative stuff, Dave.
She is dominating in strikes there, Freddie. 18-1 in the first round. That's nasty. What are you saying, AJ?
Strikes, but
hey, I'm saying the more comfortable you are in the rounds, the more creative you're going to get because you know you're winning this fight.
Yeah.
You're going to make it interesting. So when you do a spinning back fist, it's because you know you're ahead of the game and you're not intimidated by her power, her punches. The ground game, she knows that she has a lot more power to control her on the ground. Like Amanda, look, when you fight someone like Rousey and you fight someone like Cyborg, you know, I don't think there's too many people out there that can intimidate you at any division in the women's
But the more
featherweight.
confident you feel in a fight, the more willing you are to take risks, the more willing you are to try things because you know you're not going to get caught. You're not going to get, you know. But of course, sometimes you got to be careful. You got to stay sharp. You don't want to get caught staying too loose. You can't be too loose at the same time. But Amanda knows exactly what she's doing. She's fighting this fight to perfection. 2 rounds in the books. 2018 for Amanda Nunes. 2 rounds, 10-9, easily. 2 dominant rounds by the champion, and she looks like she's on her way to cruise to another victory here. Spencer's still in this fight, but Nunes is she hasn't put her foot on the gas yet, right? Doesn't feel like she's really stepped into second gear. She's just toying with her.
And you know what? She probably was told by Dana White, listen, man, the fights ended a little bit too early on the prior cards. Like, probably let it
That's
go, man.
illegal,
But
AJ.
listen,
They
Dave,
don't do that.
I know. Listen, but I'm going to tell you something. You know what? You were talking about being like a little bit too loose and that kind of stuff, and we saw that with Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman, and that's what killed like Silva's career. When you're so confident that you make mistakes, and that happens with like people in like all
that was
different sports,
arrogance,
man.
though.
But it's also because you've become so comfortable that you forget like
I don't
those
see Amanda
safety
doing
steps.
what
You know,
Anderson did.
No.
listen,
Let's be
probably
honest.
not.
Anderson,
But
it was arrogance.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like confidence. It was arrogance, and it
that's a
came back to
confidence in a
bite him.
sense too, Dave. Freddie, sorry, that's a confidence as well, man. In some sense, it did bite him.
I think that Chael Sonnen fight, the first Chael Sonnen fight, fucked Anderson Silva up because he was like, I can get my ass kicked for 4.5 rounds and I'll still find a way to win. I'm fucking magic. Like, if you imagine being Anderson Silva and getting dominated like he did by Chael Sonnen for 4.5 rounds and then magically landing a triangle at the end of the fight and pulling that armbar and making Chael tap. Like, if you're Anderson Silva, after that fight, you got to feel invincible. Like, I don't care what happens to me in a fight. I'm Anderson Silva. I always find a way to win. Like, that was crazy. That must have given him just stupid confidence. Because, like, for that to happen, for Anderson to have won that fight is still amazing. Like, it's still crazy because he was well on his way to losing a decision there and losing the title until he somehow pulled off that miraculous triangle.
They don't call him the Spider for no reason, right, Dave?
That was crazy, man.
He did it.
That was great. I love Anderson
Beautiful.
Silva.
With a minute left to go, and
It's one of
and
my
he wins.
favorite fights ever, man. Just like, it was so crazy. And I remember I was watching that fight with some Chael Sonnen fans, and I was very much cheering for Anderson. I think I had money on Anderson, and I was getting more and more pissed as the fight went on until the end when Anderson won, and I was like, yeah, in your face. That was great. That was really good. Oh, man. Nunes whooping that ass. Spencer's, she's taking her shots. I'll give it to her. She's tough. She's taking some hard shots from Amanda Nunes, that put Cyborg down, that put Ronda Rousey down. But Spencer's staying in this fight. You can't say Amanda Nunes is less effective at 145 either because she beat Cyborg at 145. So,
look, Spencer fought Cyborg, right?
Yeah, she lost a decision. Nunes knocked her out in the first round. Exactly. Another big takedown. My God, that was disrespectful, that takedown. Just a trip takedown and tossed her to the mat. Showing her dominance, Amanda Nunes. My goodness. She took her down. She didn't even follow her to the ground. She was just like, boom, take that. That was awesome.
Nunes looks fresh right now, whereas Spencer, she looks like she's been beat up for 3 rounds. So Nunes, she looks as if this was the first round.
Yep. She's looking really sharp. Greatest of all time. Just dominating. Oh, man.
I was going to say my craziest fight ever, without a doubt, and I think I almost had a heart attack, is when Verdum defeated Fedor for the first time when Fedor lost. Because, like, I won't lie, I was a Fedor hater a little bit. I wanted Fedor to come to the UFC. Well, I mean, I wanted him to come to the UFC. He never did. So when Verdum finally beat him, I jumped out of my sofa and I was like, yeah, like crazy. Like, I think that was my craziest reaction ever for a fight, is when Verdum defeated Fedor.
I think mine was when Brock beat Shane Carwin. Because Brock was getting his ass kicked. Okay, it was over for Brock. Brock Lesnar taking a vicious beating from Shane Carwin. The first round was all Carwin. It could have been called a 10-7. And then Carwin punched himself out trying to finish Brock. And Brock came back in the second round and got that head and arm choke on Shane Carwin and defended the title. That was crazy, man. I love Brock Lesnar. That guy's awesome.
A great fight.
That was awesome.
Wow.
That was a great fight. We're in the third
such
round now.
Vicious kicks, man.
Third round, Amanda Nunes is just obliterating Felicia Spencer. Spencer has not come close to being in this fight. She's not come close to putting Amanda Nunes in damage. Amanda is just stalking her prey, kicking her, punching her, and just following her around the octagon. Amanda's got the center of the cage.
Controlling the distance.
Yep, just continues to just... Oh, my God. Big uppercut there. Dominant. Spencer's nowhere near this fight. Oh.
And that's the thing, David.
Spinning back fist. 3 rounds down, all Amanda Nunes. 3-0, 30-27. There's no way anybody scores anything for Felicia Spencer here. This was all Amanda Nunes. She came in as a massive favorite, and she's showing why right now. This is just domination. What's the point?
But
it's over.
It's not even the stand-up game that's devastating. It's her low kicks. She keeps throwing these low kicks, man, and just chopping away at Spencer, man. It's unbelievable. She's so good at her strategy. Like, wow. We'll see what happens in the 4th. If she doesn't knock her out, I don't see this going to the 5th at this point.
Well, think about this. Felicia Spencer's taken nothing but damage. She's not come close to landing anything legitimate or putting Amanda Nunes in any kind of danger throughout this whole fight. If Felicia Spencer has another round like the first 3 rounds, what's the point of her team throwing her out there to take another beating in the 5th round? What's the point? It's not like Felicia Spencer is close to getting knocked out, but she's taking damage. She's not anywhere near this fight. She is getting blown out. She's getting blown out of the water in this fight. Every round is going to Amanda Nunes, and Spencer can't do anything. So if I'm the corner, I'm looking at this fight and saying, okay, oh man, Nunes just landed a big right hand that snapped Spencer's head back. If I'm her team, I don't want to see her take any more of those shots in a 5th round, because Felicia Spencer has no chance of finishing Amanda Nunes in the 5th round. We all know it. All that's going to happen is she's going to take more of a beating, take more damage, and there's no point to that.
Look,
this fight is
this
fight is over right now. You could throw in the towel now, but you want to show that you're still in it, whatever, show heart. But
it's like
just
the Tony
dominating
Ferguson fight.
her. Just dominating her. I feel like I wouldn't put Felicia Spencer out there for the 5th round if this round continues to go the way it is and the way every single round prior to this round has gone. I'd end this fight if I were a corner. She's done. She's not in this fight.
No. She's surviving, but that's about it.
So you survive until you get knocked unconscious?
Man,
the fight is lost. The fight is lost. Why do you have to damage your brain further? Why?
But Dave, look what happened. Like I was saying that about the Tony Ferguson fight. Like, when is enough is enough? I don't know, man.
Nunes continues to keep the center of the octagon.
Time, like, it's a domination, but I don't think, like, Felicia Spencer's still very aware. Like, if her corner were to stop it right now, she'd probably be mad, and I would be mad if I were her. Like, I understand other examples from before, but in this case, I don't think the corner should just stop her. I mean, she's not in it, but she's not also... I've seen people get way more damage than she's gotten as of yet.
She's not in the fight, but she's not, like, out of it, like, completely out of it, like, her brain isn't fully scrambled.
She's still in it. She hasn't given up mentally, I would say. You see, like, she doesn't have the tools, but she's still in it mentally.
But it's quite obvious she doesn't have the tools, so if you know that there's no way of winning in the 5th round, what's the point of fighting the 5th round? I mean, for honor or whatever,
don't you
but
want that chance?
I don't know,
and
man.
I don't think her health is really, like, a fight, your health is always in danger, but I wouldn't say, like, right now she's got so much damage that, this fight needs to stop. Like, if I'm her, I want this to go. I want my 25 minutes, and if I lose,
Yeah.
I lose.
You take the experience.
Oh.
More
That
rounds
was a
in
nice
there
right
with Amanda
by,
Nunes. You do learn more, but you also are getting hit more. But it is good experience, I'll give you that. She will get better with more time in there with Amanda Nunes. She'll figure things out. She's not taking a vicious beating. It's not like her face is all busted up. All right, Fred. Give her a 5th round. But
it's not like Joanna's last fight. When you were watching Joanna's fight where her whole head was like, she looked like an alien.
Yeah.
That was scary. That's like, oh my God, is her brain all right?
This isn't the Anthony Smith Glover Teixeira fight, right? It's not that bad. It's not like that.
Exactly.
But at the same time, man. Oh, God. Felicia Spencer's taking some really big shots to the face from Amanda Nunes.
Jesus.
She's taking... Oh, man. She's taking a beating now. Like, now it's getting pretty bad. Now Amanda is pouring it on. Spencer got dropped.
Uh-oh.
She's turtling up. Nunes is landing punches. She's going for the rear naked choke. I mean, if time doesn't run out here.
Yeah.
See, Spencer was done. Okay. Can we stop the fight now? Look at her face.
Yeah.
Look at her face.
Yeah. Oh, that's
sorry. Look at her face. Look at her head. I told you, man, there's no point of a 5th round. Look at her face.
I mean, now
she was
I agree, but
thank you.
2 minutes ago I did.
Well, this was a matter of time before Amanda Nunes poured it on, okay? This girl has taken a vicious beating. She was choked out there. If the bell didn't sound, if that round didn't end, she's tapping out. She's out of this fight. It's done. It's over. Look at her face. Look at her head. They're going to send her out for the 5th. I'm telling you, though, there's no point. She's beat.
Jesus.
I'm hearing Daniel Cormier on commentary. He's saying this fight should be stopped, too.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no point. This fighter is done. You're not going to be able to come back and win this fight. DC is saying they should save the fighter, throw in the towel, and not go in for the 5th. I agree.
Man, look at the welt on her head, man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
She got saved by the bell there.
Yeah.
She should have just tapped and just ended it like that.
She's tough, man. Felicia Spencer, super tough. You're born in Montreal. You're super tough. It's part of the territory, but you don't always have the skills to be a world champion. We're tough, but we're not all world champions. Oh, Amanda Nunes. Just laying it on her. Like, if she finishes her here, what was the point?
Wow.
Weren't you the guy that got mad when Nate didn't get they stopped the fight too early for
That was a cut. That wasn't damage. That's different.
Oof, that was bad, Dave.
That was a cut.
A cut that was like hanging over like his eye, touching his like cheek. It's not gonna happen, man. She doesn't look good at all. Wow. Rocky Raccoon, man.
Yo, it's over. This is over. I see a guy who's telling me to shut the fuck up because I'm annoying. I think it's me he's talking about. Maybe, I don't know. But he's watching the watch along, and he's telling me to shut up. What do you want me to do? Like, not talk? You just want to look at me? You think I'm annoying when I'm talking, but I'm just pretty when I'm looking here? That's a weird comment. Maybe he's talking about AJ. I don't know. Must be talking about you. Must be talking about you. Can't be talking about me. Fucking internet nerds.
We're getting spam.
Yeah, we're getting spam. We're getting all sorts of weird shit. That's what happens when you go on YouTube, man. Which is
cool, man.
Weird people show up.
It's
You never know who's gonna show up.
Man, we're weird. So what's new, man? It's cool.
Well,
let them do what they want to do.
Nunes on top now in the half guard of Felicia Spencer. She's not doing much right now. Antoinette agrees with me. She says her camp needs to throw in the towel. She got no chance. Thank you, Antoinette. Antoinette always a voice of reason. She knows what's up. Amanda just dominating. And they're talking about who's next for Amanda Nunes. That's how checked out commentary is on this. They're like, who's next for Amanda Nunes? There's nobody. Which is true, right? There's nobody out there. She beat everybody. And then some. I don't know what they do. I really don't. Jermaine Durandamy rematch? I have no idea, man. You bring somebody else up. Not very deep division at 135 or 145. Not a lot of challenges out there for Amanda Nunes. And that's why she came into this fight as like a minus 600 favorite. Because Felicia Spencer, you know, as much as she's getting dominated, she was the number one contender. Right?
Just cruising to a win here.
Yeah, Felicia Spencer completely dominated, lost every round. Her face is a bloody mess.
But she has heart, man. She tried. She went to 5 rounds.
You gotta give it to her, AJ.
Yeah, you gotta give it to her. She fought. She showed up.
She showed up, man.
Okay. But she got completely dominated, completely destroyed by Amanda Nunes here. There's a minute left in this fight. Spencer's face is a bloody mess. Nunes doesn't look like she has a scratch on her. And referee Herb Dean is calling time with 54 seconds left in this fight so that the doctor can check on Felicia Spencer.
They're going to call it.
Are they? I don't know, man. There's 54 seconds left. But depends how bad the cut is, I guess. But 54 seconds.
See, she's telling the ref she wants to continue.
Yeah. I heard Spencer's team started coaching her, and then Amanda Nunes started yelling, "Hey, no coaching, no coaching." You hear that? That was awesome. Amanda Nunes is so sharp. She's so, like, with it. She's, like, doing the referee's job, too. She looks just as fresh now as she was in the first round. She's moving just as well as she did in the first round. There's 30 seconds left in the 5th round. This woman has fought 24 and a half minutes, and it doesn't look like it's affected her in the least. Greatest of all time, Amanda Nunes. By God. Oh, man. Another takedown from Nunes. Oh.
She just out muscles.
Oh, God. So what a slam.
She's so, like, with it.
Yo, AJ.
What?
Stop watching the show.
I'm not, man. It came up.
You are. Fuck. The fuck are you doing? You're on the show. And that's the fight. Amanda Nunes wins. Dominates. Patrick C. Hamilton dropping a super chat with the tired emoji. Yeah, I'm tired too. That fight was long. It's late. Freddie's asleep. Freddie, you still with us? I need a break, if you know what I mean, guys. We've been here since 10 p.m. and I haven't had a little break ski. I'm gonna go for a break. You know what I mean? Sean O'Malley style. Okay, I'll dye my hair rainbow and celebrate like Sean O'Malley. Okay.
We're gonna close shop soon, anyways.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you for supporting the channel on the super chat. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody supporting the channel on the super chat. D. Skeet, Patrick C. Hamilton. Thanks everybody for watching with us tonight. Even the guy that told me to shut the fuck up. Even you, man. Even
that's probably
you.
the
haters.
You want me to shut? Yeah.
The same guy from last time. Remember the last time, Dave? That guy that went.
Yeah, it's okay. That's okay. There's all sorts of different guys. Thanks you to James Boom Boom Mancini, great MMA fighter, for watching. Very cool, man. Thank you to Antoinette. Thank you to Thomas Mitchell, who I haven't seen you before on the show here on the chat, Thomas, but thanks for checking in. I saw you active tonight. Acme Tunes, my main man. Angelo Contagonis, thank you, Angelo. Antoinette, of course, we love you, Antoinette. Pedro Gonzalez, all sorts of people watching tonight. We appreciate you all. Thomas Mitchell wants me to spark it up. I'm not gonna spark it up inside. I'm gonna wait till I'm outside. Look at this fatty. Look at this thing. Huge. This is a big one. Freddie, you see this thing? Look at this. This is baby. This is daddy. Look at that.
First, aren't you not allowed to smoke by law in your house? Isn't there like some rule or something like that?
I don't know. I don't smoke by law because that's my law in my house. I don't smoke in my house.
Yeah, man. You got
Decision.
a family. You don't
That's
want
it. 50-44, 50-44, 50-45. A clean sweep. Amanda Nunes, unanimous decision, retains the championship and still UFC Women's Featherweight Champion. Her first defense of the Featherweight Championship. She's the Bantamweight and Featherweight Champion. Holy shit, she's awesome. Amanda Nunes is the best. I love it.
Yep.
Antoinette, thank you for the super chat, Antoinette. Antoinette, we thank you so much for supporting the channel. You know, Antoinette, Patrick C. Hamilton, you two support the channel so much. We appreciate you so much. We love you. We're so happy that you guys are part of the Ringside Report family. Antoinette, I know you. You know, I've met you several times. You feel like a friend. Patrick C. Hamilton, I don't know you, but I feel like I do at this point. Like we've never met in person. You're out in Saskatchewan, but you're here every show. You're supporting the chat. You're supporting the super chat. You're supporting the channel. We appreciate you, man. And we thank you for supporting the channel, and we thank you for being here all the time, you know? It means a lot to us. We appreciate you. We really do. I know I say I appreciate you, but I mean it, you know? Antoinette wants to know where her shirt is, AJ. You're supposed to send her a shirt.
Yeah, it's gone, man. It's like...
It's on the way? It's in the mail?
It's in the mail, man.
Oh, it's in the mail. All right. Thomas Mitchell says it's a beautiful joint. It is a beautiful joint. I roll really nice joints, eh, Fred? They're nice, eh? I roll nice. Look at that. That's quality. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Man, that bump on Spencer's head is nasty.
It's perfection, bro. I'm really good. I card roll. I should do a YouTube video, show you how to roll a perfect joint every time.
That guy, I'm not sure if he's a BTT guy, the coach of Amanda. He was in Abu Dhabi teaching jiu-jitsu to the army. I remember that.
You were in Abu Dhabi?
No. I know some guys that were there.
Amanda Nunes, dual weight champion. My God, she's awesome.
What about the $1 million guy I was saying? Did he go for... Was he...
he must have won, man.
Nunes?
Huh?
Cha-ching tonight, man. Someone's going to get jiggy. Proper 12-ish.
Proper 12-ish. Amanda Nunes, man, greatest of all time. We witness history tonight. Another title defense, another victory, domination. I mean,
it's
she's so good. She didn't even... Like, Felicia Spencer was not in this fight for a second. Not for a second. Obliteration by Amanda Nunes. Who's going to touch her? Who's going to come close? No answer.
Wow.
No
answer, man. That's crazy.
Nobody has an answer for Amanda Nunes, man. She's the best. Best in the game. Best of all time. Wow.
Somebody's going to have to step their game up.
How come when we say greatest of all time, you know, people will say the GOAT? How come nobody ever says best of all time? The boat. I want to be the boat. I think that's a good wrestling gimmick. Forget the GOAT. I'm the best of all time. I'm the boat, baby. Don't steal that. Don't steal that. I might be starting a wrestling promotion and, wait a second. I wasn't supposed to say that. That was secret.
You let the cat out of the bag, Dave.
Well, let's just say that...
Once again.
Okay, well, that was an Easter egg for this watch-along, okay? There may be a wrestling promotion coming up. I can't really give details. I have a partner in the business venture, but let's just say big things popping, little things stopping. Okay? Things are happening.
Is your partner named Tony?
No, not at all. But we can't talk about that. Yeah, no, it's not T.I., but I did quote T.I.
Man, 120 strikes to 36. Ridiculous.
Thomas Mitchell says Amanda is the GOAT and the boat. Yes, the boat. It's catching on. The boat. Best of all time. Boat.
Hashtag that, Dave. Tonight, man. The boat.
Yeah.
Better than the GOAT.
I mean, Amanda Nunes. You look at the list now. Sarah McMahon, Olympic silver medalist. Valentina Shevchenko beat Valentina Shevchenko twice, and Valentina is the reigning 125-pound champion in the UFC. Ronda Rousey, biggest star in the history of the sport. Misha Tate. Chris Cyborg, one of the greatest fighters of all time. Holly Holm, world boxing champion. Jermaine Durandamy, kickboxing champion. I mean, Amanda Nunes has beat them all. There's nobody left. Joe Rogan's asking her about who's next. I want to hear this. She doesn't know. She says her goal was to defend the two belts at the same time, and she's done that. No one in the UFC has ever done that, by the way. There have been dual weight champions, but no one has ever gone up and down to defend both at the same time. Amanda Nunes is the only UFC fighter to have ever done that, adding to her boat status. The boat.
And not the GOAT, but the boat.
That's right.
There's one little scratch on her face. That's it. After 5 rounds. Incredible. Yeah. Incredible.
Wow. Amanda Nunes is
now,
she walked through. She's like, I walked through her because I knew she could never knock me out. She wasn't going to be able to handle it. Nunes knew in that fight. And we talked about that confidence, the spinning back fist and different things she was throwing. You could tell she was confident. You could tell that she knew that Felicia Spencer didn't have what it took to knock her out, to put her out.
I hope
some guy is saying that
star,
some guy is saying that Amanda Nunes lost to Shevchenko, but they actually fought twice and Nunes won twice. So I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe he disagreed with the decision. I don't know. Somebody on the chat is like really mad, thinks Shevchenko beat Nunes, but not really. Sorry, Fred. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I hope she becomes a bigger star because she's such a great fighter, but she doesn't really have the following that she deserves. Like, if you look at her pay-per-view, like even me today, like I was, this fight card's a little weak and whatever, but hey, Amanda Nunes, she delivered, so I shouldn't be critical about that. Maybe it's the fact also that she has no good matchups that intrigue us. You know, all the matchups left are like, okay, she'll dominate. But,
imagine this, Fred.
No, she deserves.
Imagine if Amanda Nunes' first title defense at 145 pounds was not Felicia Spencer, and the UFC actually showed Cyborg the money, and we would have had the Cyborg rematch tonight instead. That would have been a lot more fun. Like, maybe the fight would have ended quicker, maybe whatever. Cyborg got knocked out, okay, whatever. But Cyborg and Amanda Nunes, because Cyborg was just reigning, defending champion for so long, just so dominant, then she gets knocked out with the quickness by Nunes. A lot of people wanted to see that fight again. There was talk they were going to do the fight again, and then the UFC didn't show Cyborg the money, and she fucked off to Bellator. So imagine if the UFC actually gave their stars money and treated them like stars. Tonight, instead of Felicia Spencer and Amanda Nunes, we could have seen Amanda Nunes and Cyborg in a rematch. Now, I'm sure there are people out there that be like, well, why Cyborg, blah, blah, blah. But let's be honest, Cyborg is more blockbuster than Felicia Spencer. And yeah, Felicia Spencer went 5 rounds of Nunes, and Cyborg got knocked out in the first, but it's no guarantee that the same thing would have happened the second time around. I remember Stipe got knocked out by DC the first time they fought, and then Stipe knocked DC out the second time they fought. So things happen. You know, Junior Dos Santos knocked out Cain Velasquez the first time they fought, but in fights 2 and 3, Cain Velasquez whooped that ass. So don't tell me that somebody gets knocked out in the first round and can't come back and win the second fight. I've seen it happen time and time again in the UFC, and I think Cyborg, being the legend that she is, the great fighter that she still is, deserved a rematch with Amanda Nunes, but the UFC didn't want to show her the money. The UFC didn't want to give her a new contract and let her go, because that's what the UFC does. They don't have Cyborg anymore. They don't have John Jones. They don't have George St. Pierre. They don't have George Masvidal. They don't have the Diaz brothers because they don't show the money. Am I wrong?
True.
Right.
No, you're right.
I'm
man.
right.
You're right.
Cyborg would have been better tonight, man. It would have been a more exciting main event that would have sold more pay-per-views than Felicia Spencer, based solely on the fact that Cyborg is well known and Spencer is not.
Crazy, man. Now the problem is, who's next? How can you get a big name to go up against Nunes now? That's the problem. Like, can you make it another pay-per-view? Headlined by who? You know, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. Nunes is going to be out for a while. She's going to have her kid by September. We won't see Nunes back till 2021, in my opinion.
Well, hopefully we find a contender by then, because right now she's cleaned out 2 divisions and there's nobody else for her to fight. So they're going to need to find a contender. Nunes doesn't have any kind of idea. I don't have any kind of idea who's next, but maybe we'll come up with some ideas over the next few days. We're going to be back 8 p.m. Thursday night for Ringside Report Live. We'll talk UFC. We'll talk everything going on in the world of MMA. We'll also preview the next UFC card taking place next Saturday night, UFC Fight Night in Vegas. Charles Air Jourdain taking on Andre Touchy Feely. All right?
That's going to be a good one.
Be good.
Yeah, and we're getting a guy who's still really upset, who's like
What happened?
adamant that Valentina Shevchenko beat Amanda Nunes. I watched both of those fights. I thought Amanda won them both. Did you guys think that Valentina won either of them? Maybe the first one. The first one was closer for sure. The first one was closer. The second one I didn't think was that close. I thought Amanda won the second one for sure.
Second one was a split decision, I see. And the first one, actually, if you look at the scorecards, it wasn't close. And quite honestly, I don't remember. I would have to rewatch it, man. I watched so many fights.
Yeah.
And a little bit more politeness, please.
Yeah, people are like cussing at us on the chat.
I mean, you've watched the effing fight. I mean, man,
Yeah.
I've watched so many fights, man. It's almost 1 a.m. I smoked a shitload of weed. I don't remember everything, man.
Yeah, man. We watch
Just
a lot of
saying.
fights. We're supposed to
Just saying.
remember every fucking detail. I don't remember being shocked at either of those decisions. All right? People are mad. It's fine. I'm seeing people say Valentina won the second one. Whatever.
I'll go rewatch the second fight. We
Sure.
might talk about it on Thursday.
Okay,
Maybe.
so Fred is going to watch the fight again, and he'll tell you whether he thought Valentina or Amanda won. Okay? How about that?
Look,
You better
it's-
be watching
look, it's-
Thursday, man.
Dave,
Yeah,
If
you
I'm gonna
better
watch
be
it again.
watching on Thursday, John St. Peter, because Thursday at 8 p.m., Fred will tell you, after rewatching the fight, if he thinks Nunes or Shevchenko won. All right? I will not watch these fights again because I got too much shit to do. All right? I got NXT in your house to watch tomorrow night. I'm fucking busy.
Look, man, it could go the same way I said that Dominic Reyes won that fight against John Jones. You guys dissed me, but in my opinion, I thought Dominic won that fight. And so did a lot of other people.
Yeah,
Great
well,
time for your mic to
You
go
know,
out.
yeah, exactly. Perfect
What?
timing. What?
Did my mic...
What?
you guys, man. Hey? But
I
am
don't
I
know.
right?
No,
I'm right, man.
never,
I'm right.
never, ever. Thursday, 8 p.m. Definitely check us out for Ringside Report Live. We will all be back here. Check out the YouTube channel. We have so much going on the YouTube channel. We talked about our top 10 matches from In Your House, the history of In Your House. Johnny North and I gave our top 10 matches, and we both decided that the greatest match of all time in Your House was the Canadian Stampede match, Brett, Owen, Bulldog, Anvil and Pillman against Steve Austin, Ken Shamrock, Goldust, and the Legion of Doom. We both had top 10 lists that we compiled independently. I don't know if you guys caught the show on Friday, but Johnny and I both had top 10 lists of the greatest in-your-house matches of all time. 9 of the 10 matches on our lists were identical. Okay, so we picked 9 of the 10 same matches, and we had the same number 1, 2, and 4. Our number 1 was the same, our number 2 match was the same, and our number 4 match was the same, and we made lists independently. So go back and watch that on the YouTube channel. The In Your House Top 10 recap, the top 10 matches from the history of WWF In Your House, and we also previewed the NXT In Your House on the latest episode of Wrestling Uncensored that you can catch right now, right on the front page of ringsidereport.net. Go to our website, ringsidereport.net. Support our sponsors, Stitcher Premium. Go to stitcher.com/premium. Use the promo code ringside for a free month. Go to vpn.ringsidereport.net. Support IPVanish. They're a great VPN. They'll protect you on the internet. vpn.ringsidereport.net. And don't forget, manscaped.com. Manscaped.com, promo code ringside20 for 20% off and free shipping on all your Manscaped orders. Manscaped.com, promo code ringside20 for 20% off and free shipping. Your balls will thank you. My balls thanked me. They said thank you. Thank you for manscaping. Thank you very much. All right, your balls will thank you. Manscaped.com, promo code ringside20.
So what did your girlfriend?
Of course. We're not going to talk about that, but let's just say the show's over. Follow AJ at Danny Bruck on all the things. Follow Freddie at Freddie MMA, and you can follow me on all the things at Dave Simon MMA. Ringside Report MMA will be back this Thursday night, every Thursday night at 8 p.m. In the meantime, ringsidereport.net for all the great content that we put out. Thank you to Antoinette. Thank you to Patrick C. Hamilton. And thank you to D. Skeet for super chatting tonight. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody watching. For Freddie and AJ, I'm Dave, and this has been the UFC 250 Watch Along.